While there are 3 draws left in the Women's USA Curling National Championships for teams Kim Rime and Christine McMakin, they each play just 2 more before a potential playoff. Both teams have an outside chance for the playoffs, but a loss this morning seriously reduces their chances. It's a must-win. It's Team Rime versus Team McMakin on usacurling.org. Welcome everyone to the 2021 USA Curling National Championships from the Wausau Curling Center in Wausau, Wisconsin. I'm Joe Calabrese, and joining me for this women's draw is Director of Curling Development for USA Curling, Dean Gemmel. Dean, got an interesting one here today. Both teams Sinclair and Christensen playing to form so far in the women's event. It feels like the rest of the pool needs to get there to at least 3-3 for a chance at that third and final playoff spot on the women's side.
Yeah, that's the way it looks like it's shaping up. Certainly Sinclair and Christensen establishing themselves as the actual favorites after being the pre-event favorites. But a lot on the line here for these teams. They want to stay in the hunt. Christine McMakin is at 1-3. She really needs this game to stay off life support in the event. And Kim Rime has had some really challenged a lot of teams, in my opinion, looking at the game so far. Would say she's been the third best team in the field so far. And they're looking to up their game a bit here and advance to get into that final round.
And while Team McMakin is 1-3, they've also played Sinclair and Christensen so far. So their 2 remaining games are this one against Kim Rime and then a 2-1 Madison Bear. So they really do have the destiny in their own hands here. If they can just win out, I think they'll be in pretty good shape.
That's true. Often look at the schedule that's ahead of teams is just as important as their record. So, yeah, this is obviously, I think if you were Team McMakin at the start of the event, you go through, you look at the schedule, and this is a game you're hoping to pick up. Same thing for Kim Rime. She looks at this as a game she should pick up.
Yeah, Kim Rime is 2-2. She's still got a game left later today against Corey Christensen, and then she has the final bye, so she's going to sit and have to wait and see what her fate really winds up being.
That's the other less advantageous bye, I would say, in a round-robin format with the bye. We had Monica Walker from Team Sinclair. They had the opening round bye, so I think the 2 worst byes might be opening round and final round.
Make sure we're
if you like to sleep in like I do, Joe, and we haven't had a chance to do that so far.
T-liner better, 14-9.
When do we have a bye, Joe?
Still looking for that bye.
Good sweep, girls.
Not on
nice
my schedule. You know who's had a bye early this morning is 2010 Olympian Jason Smith. Smitty was scheduled to join us. We know he should be headed to the arena.
Yeah, I think he is on his way. He might be fighting through the Wausau traffic. And Friday morning Wausau traffic is brutal.
It was horrible this morning.
It is brutal.
I think I maybe hit 1 light on the way here.
Yeah, just unbelievable. That's why I'm here just a couple minutes later than usual. In the game here, that looks like an opening early miss for Katie Rime.
So McMakin has the hammer here in the first end. She's playing those yellow stones.
Only top 8,
we'll
top
see
12 is okay.
If there's a little more curl in the ice today. There was certainly plenty of discussion overnight about the amount of curl. If you look at the field, Corey Dropkin on the men's side certainly seems to be handling it. Scott Dunham seems to be working with it, but some of these sheets can be challenging, maybe more challenging than the usual championship event ice. But it's different conditions. It's May. I think we've had the whole gamut of seasons while we've been here.
That's true.
And Jason Smith, 2010 Olympic gold medalist or Olympic player, I really upped the ante there, didn't I,
Yeah,
Jason? I don't think you remember it that
I
way,
think you're
but
just back four.
Yeah, I wish that would have happened, but it didn't.
yeah, that's me being a little punchy
That's
here
fine,
first
Ryan.
thing in the morning. But yeah, Jason
That's
Smith
all right.
is here with us. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you on board. We've got Kim Rhyme, who you played with in mixed doubles, is taking on Christine McMakin. And you had a pretty good run with Kim in the mixed doubles?
We did, yeah, we did. She played really well. We won some games, wish we would have won one more to qualify for the trials, but there's other opportunities, so we'll see if we can do that.
Yeah, you were eliminated in the quarterfinals. I think you were playing pretty well in that too. You fighting a little bit of a bad hip and a bad quad and maybe a sore brain at this point in the event?
Well, the leg's hurting right now. During mixed doubles, was a little different. I was throwing so many rocks that it didn't really have time to. My leg didn't have time to like stiffen up. So now that I'm so much time between shots, it's getting a little harder and harder.
That's interesting. Mixed doubles more active game, but kept your body looser.
Yeah, exactly. And then jumping up and sweeping and whatnot. It's it's different.
So Jason Smith is playing in this event with Todd Burr, Jared Allen, and Tom O'Connor.
No roll, Maya. No roll.
They're still looking for their first win in the event, but you've been playing better as the event has moved on.
Yeah, we didn't get a heck of a lot of time together, so that we shouldn't have too high of expectations. But obviously they're higher than 0-5 or whatever we're at now. But we're
that's good to hear, Jason. We came in hoping to do better than 0-5, but we're right where we need to be. No,
Plenty of opportunities to improve on that.
Just happy to be here.
110% every game. That's what we're doing. So that's. I love watching Todd Burr play though, and you too. I'm sorry to see that you can't tell when you're playing that it's pretty obvious your hip and quad are bothering you. So
I like watching Todd Burr make shots. That's what I like.
I think I like watching any skip I'm playing for make shots.
That's true, very true.
Again, as opposed to the alternative.
Again, no medal in 2010, right? We still waiting for that skip to make shots.
Fair enough. You just needed another 8 years, and then he started making a ton.
That's true.
So.
Like 11.
All right, we're back to the game action. Christine McMakin has last rock in the first end, and she's looking to hit and stick here to lie 2, both behind the tee line with one center line guard up for Kim Rhyme to maybe bring into play.
Yeah, Rhyme just missed a double there.
Yep. Gotta go. Hard.
I think they want to sweep it.
Hard, Jackie. Go.
Looks like it should get by. Real close. May not stick.
Never off. Okay.
So, and she's going to hit and roll
Never
away.
got out to me.
That leaves McMakin lying 1 in the back 12-foot. Now I'm going to guess that Kim Rhyme is going to take on a takeout here early in the game. Tie game without last rock.
Pretty simple call, I think. Early, don't take too many chances.
Great 8 a.m. call.
Get your body loose. Wake up a little bit.
I don't know about you, Jason, but when I played in Nationals, I'm going to guess my 8 a.m. shooting percentage was solid 5% lower than any other draw time.
So the 8 a.m. would have been fine. It's the second game of the day that always got me then.
Oh, if you played the 8 and 4.
Yeah, yep. So the 4 p.m. I probably would have struggled a little more than the 8.
The typical Nationals draw, we have a moving day where we flip the draw. The men start playing early, and 8 and 4. It's a little different format this year.
That's got to be a shock to the system.
Well, they do. It's not bad because that draw usually juggles the Tuesday, so you get a little lighter day.
I think I like the
the
noon and 8 p.m. draw better than the 8 and 4. This early morning stuff gets harder and harder.
Yeah, I like noon and 8 myself. Heck, I would go 2 and 10 if they made that possible.
We don't have hammer.
All right, so they're going to use this corner guard here. Kim Rhyme, she's going to try to wrap one around.
Try to get a force here.
Christine McMakin tried the peel and just chipped it over.
Pretty positive.
This is Libby Brundage, third for Team Rhyme. Maya Willart's on the right, sweeping. She's in at lead this game. They have a 5-person rotation. Nicole Prohaska has also been in at lead. No, sorry, that's the other team. Good Lord. Nicole Prohaska on Team McMakin. I'll be getting this right. I'm waiting for a text now from Bill Stopera.
Sorry.
All right,
You've
so
really been here for
Have
6
any?
days, so
yeah,
12 hours of broadcasting a day.
Is Bill lobbying for your job?
You want to try
I
playing
think he's
hack?
at times
If you get
lobbying
the
for
guard
my
and roll
removal
on,
from the
that's fine.
position.
Yeah.
But here we go. This is going to be Maya Willard sweeping the rock with Jenna Bercheski,
Set out.
Jackie
Yeah, I
Lemke
think
throwing.
so. Going this way.
I've heard nothing but good comments about your commentating so far. My girlfriend told me, and by the way, hello to Eliza. She said that you were pretty funny, and that included making fun of me, which is expected. So
I know who's fair game in this event, Jason, who I can have fun with and who I can't. I'm no dummy.
I'm 0-5 now. Now there's tears coming if you make fun of me.
Jared Allen has stepped in here. He's getting a early look at the women's play.
Hard, Jen.
It's going to be our fifth end break
Roll
guest.
it, roll it away, roll it away. Nice. Good throw, Jackie.
Nice sweep, ladies.
11-3.
So 11-3 hog to hog time there.
Roll out. Do you want to roll out?
Ooh.
I don't think we want to roll out here. Let's just nose it and stick around. You know, we don't want to give them a free draw around the corner.
There is a looming corner guard there. Maybe they might have a bit of those 8 a.m. cobwebs shaking out as well.
Probably
We
slash
did
that corner
see-
in.
We did see the intentional blank last night, which was a number of successive rocks going through the house in an end.
Yeah, that was Team Ruinen versus Team Brundage. The end was moving toward a blank end, and at some point they reached some kind of gentleman's agreement to move rocks through the rings. Although Jed did place his last stone in the rings, so Richie would have to split it out.
Yeah, I was on the sheet next to him, and I looked over and saw the second firing a rock through, and I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. Thought they were short on time, and then it looked like the time was okay. So I don't know.
Hard line.
I think it was respect for their opponents. They figured they'd at best make Rich look at one on his last one and make him try to make that skip peel out.
Just 10. Yep. I like it.
That's too
I'll
deep
get up
into
to you.
strategy for me. Let's just toss them in the rings and.
I don't think against your team they might give you that benefit right now, Jason. They might
Well,
be like, no, I think we're going to have to make them earn this blank.
All right.
They're gonna
Nice
throw
10
through
here,
because they're up
guys.
by 6 probably.
No.
There's that. I look for you guys to pick up your first win today.
I feel like we're gonna go on a little run here.
Jen's way here. I
That's
think
my thought.
That's pretty
Yep.
good, but
All right, Christine McMakin with her second to last stone of the end, her first.
hard on it. Hard on it. Whoa.
Whoa!
Early call for sweeping, but
Jenna!
now they need to carve it over a bit. They do want to stick here so that the force does not come into play.
That's fine.
Well, it's okay, but it does give Kim Rhyme an opportunity to bury behind this corner guard and get an early
I was
force.
pretty positive. Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe 14-8.
So the word from Libby Brundage in the rings there, she's suggesting 14-8 hog to hog time early in this game. That's a little slower than maybe some of the split times we've seen this week. Jason?
What'd you say it was?
14-8 hog to hog? Pretty close,
It's
but-
pretty close. Yeah, that's still pretty quick. That's especially in the first end. That's moving.
We have seen people saying times as high as 15.5. We've heard backline to hog split times of 4.25 and 4.3 and even 4.5 in one game.
Yeah, it's ice has been lightning quick.
Line's nice.
It's actually been a lot different than it was for the mixed doubles. So it's almost like a completely
Oh,
different
curl
surface we're
away.
playing on.
Curl all the way.
But just like
We're
anything
still
else,
here.
you
It's gotta
adapt
curl.
and try to make
Curl
shots.
all the way. Hard curl, hard curl. It's coming out.
I always
hard.
think when it's that
Real
fast,
hard.
you just have to
Hard
sort of
curl.
unfold out of
Hard
the hack
curl.
on a draw shot.
Real hard.
That's exactly
Real
what it
hard.
is.
Real
Just
hard. Yeah.
kind of kick
Hard,
out
hard,
and
hard.
let it
All
go.
right, nice throw.
Pretty
No
good-
ad, nothing.
15-8.
Pretty good shot here by Kim
I think
Ryan.
I probably can throw it with just a 10 if I clip the guard. That's okay. Just to try and roll
Looks
out.
like she's going to play for one.
She is going to play this, take this on for the blank, a control weight blank. She did say it's fine if she clips the guard.
Just a 10.
I tend to
try and
disagree
roll,
there.
roll it out.
I think I'd rather take one in the first. That's,
Yeah, I think a lot of people
What do
would
you
play
have?
the draw
Over
for
half?
one here.
I'd hammer in a
I'm
second
just
though.
missing a sliver.
Okay.
I can throw 9-5 if you tighten it up a little bit.
So changing in the hack. We'll play a little more weight.
So she says from the hack she can see all but a sliver. And a rock is on its way here.
Whoa.
Final stone here in the first for
The early
McMakin.
call is whoa. I think they want to hold it out if they're going to get the blank. They're close to the blank. Long way to move it, but I think it's going to get there.
Good shot.
So just a casual control weight blank end.
There you go. So after the first, tied up at 0, and McMakin will retain the hammer when we come back right after this.
The Granite Society recognizes your financial support of the USA Curling Mission by virtue of your loyalty and leadership gifts. Through your Granite Society donation, you inspire continued development of the sport, as USA Curling can fund grassroots growth and development that prepares our nation's athletes to represent Team USA on the world stage, Olympic and Paralympic Games. Join the Granite Society today.
Scintillating first end of blank end action. Headed to the second. It was a good warm-up for us, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, Christine McMakin throws the control weight blank like just for fun.
Yep.
And made that pretty casually. And so now it's still 0-0. McMakin carrying the hammer into the second end.
Gotta go.
Had to roll that control weighter 10 feet.
Yep,
Yeah.
hard. Go hard, go hard.
So
Yeah, hard, go hard.
looks like Kim
16-2,
Rhimes trying to
go
bring
hard.
this into the
Keep
top of the
going.
forefoot.
Go, go, full 12, full 12. Go, 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 go.
Now
go,
looking
go.
for
Hard,
full
hard, hard.
12.
Good sweep, guys. Okay, Kate.
They'd like at least full 12 so she can't hit and be outside the rings. Christine McMakin will ignore that stone and put up a corner guard.
Here we go.
It's on now, Jason.
It's on now.
The you played mixed doubles with Kim Rime. I think in women she tries to keep the game perhaps a little simpler than some teams. Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Line's good, all you guys.
You know, you don't want to get.
Line's green.
It's tough. This team, they
Line's
work
green,
hard, but they don't
Jack-
spend a heck of a lot of
Jackies.
time together compared
Exactly.
to some of the HP teams. So I think a little conservative strategy
Coming
kind of
really
benefits
hard
them, where they
2.5.
can control the game a little bit more and then decide when they want to get aggressive.
16-5.
But they've come a long ways.
Nice throw.
Kim especially has
Nice
come a long
weight,
ways. She works hard, and you know, even in the few years that I've curled mixed doubles with her,
Either that or we
it's
can
night and
tap
day
this.
improvement in confidence and skill, and you know, she's not afraid to make anything and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she
That
has
is fine.
great touch.
Throw T.
But I think the approach to try to keep things a little simpler and keep games within reach in this field is probably a good idea for this team.
Yeah.
I agree.
And not bad for them right now. They're 2-2 and certainly in a good position to grab that third spot. 3 teams will advance from the round robin on the women's side to the playoffs. 2 teams will earn
T, 7.
berths in the 2021
Yeah, 8, 9,
Olympic
9.
trials for
9.
curling. Top
We
2
go
teams
around
here.
it. Yep.
3 more teams will come
Curl,
from a
curl,
qualifying
curl,
event
curl,
series.
Curl, curl, curl. Yep, hard for curl. Hard for curl, hard for curl, hard for curl.
Hard
Playing a
for
tap.
You got it.
Oh. Yep. Okay, Kate.
Push that over behind the corner guard.
You like that? Do you like coming this way?
I'm not seeing a blank end
or
this
do you like
time.
inside
No,
out?
I think the blank
let's
so
roll,
far doesn't look like
10-5.
it's coming.
I don't think we're gonna get to see that control weight blank this time. Hopefully.
It's early. It's
Christine
early.
McMakin asking for the control weight hit and roll here. That rock didn't end up quite under the corner guard. Maya Willerts, a Michigan product,
Yep. Yes.
a Wolverine in the Badger State.
Played
Hard.
recently with Steph Seneker. Stephanie and their team not
Hard for
playing
me, hard for
got
me.
picked up by McMakin.
Hard on it. Okay.
Looks like she got that going a little bit.
She's really lazy with her release.
Kate.
As Christine said right there. Good eye, Dean.
3. Yeah, 3.
Pretty accurate description, I think. She sort of rolled that over, the out-turn roll over.
So having watched so many curling games this week, have you learned anything, Dean?
Well, I'm always learning, Jason. Always something to learn with curling. I have learned that the kids use some new lingo.
Okay.
A
Ooh.
lot of spicy chili was one. I think maybe heard there's a. So I think Luke Sullivan is out there using something called surf weight. I can barely keep up, Jason.
I gotcha. Well, it's not senior curling like you're used to, so I can understand the lingo being a little different.
No reason to acknowledge that I am senior curling age now, Jason.
No one's talking about pudding or like depends, things like that. So.
Yeah. None of that is on the table here at this event.
10-5.
I will. If I do play seniors, I am going to aim to be the most immature senior player in the field.
Yeah. Anyone out there looking for a senior teammate? Dean is looking now. He said he is in for the 2022 Senior National Championships.
Probably giving it a go here.
Looking forward to that team photo.
Yeah. I'll hide behind Bill Stopera in the team photo.
Hard Maya, hard Maya, hard Maya.
In the championship event
I had
photo.
a
This looks like back to the game action. Enough about my senior curling dreams. And hitting and rolling out here. Kim Rhyme looks like she's going to peel this corner guard.
I think
Had
it'll be
enough.
pretty straight now.
So blank might be in play
It
after
is
all.
back
here.
in play.
So definitely a conservative play here, but not the worst either. They don't have a lot brewing here without last rock.
Even end.
Yeah.
Yes, 3.
8-5.
Hard.
Yes, hard, yes,
Go
hard, yes, hard, yes, hard.
hard. Yep, hard. Go hard.
They're
Yep,
working hard on this.
Yep, hard.
They rolled it in anyhow.
Yeah, they'd like to roll it in, I think.
Good.
Maybe a little. We don't want to roll up for another corner guard.
Ooh.
Sort of sneaky
Spicy.
there, yeah.
Spicy.
Make the double now.
Spicy
Probably.
and classy, I
9-5.
think. Stay fun out there. So looking for a 9-5 hog to hog
Out.
time here with the out turn. I played with a skip once who I've referenced before. If you asked what turn on this kind of shot, he would sometimes say, "You should know."
Clean.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and then quite honestly, probably should.
Yeah, 8-6.
But
Nice throw, Jen.
oh, great throw by Jenna Bercheski.
You gotta get a roll on.
Yeah.
Yeah, clicking that stopwatch with some
Go
accuracy.
normal. 9-5. Yep.
And how close were they to 9-5 there? According to our crack research team, it was 8-6. I don't think your team is using hog-to-hog times for hits, or are you, Jason?
Of course we are. Yeah,
Yeah?
you have to. Just so you know, you gotta know what you're throwing.
Curl.
It's more wordage. We know like control and normal. So we just have to know what the time is for those.
Okay, that's good, Libby.
Pull up.
So point of reference for the viewers, your control weight would be
Yeah.
what hog-to-hog, do you think?
Control is about 10.5.
Like 10-5.
Normal weight's about 9.5, and then when you get into your firms and peels, you're looking at 8, 8.5, 7.5, 6. Some of us are.
You used to have 6 in the bag. You may not this week, but I know you have in the past. So.
I think I could still get 6.
Still get 6, even with the quad.
I think I still can. I still have my arm, so I
Good.
give it a good push.
The big extension.
Whoa.
Jackie Lemke, open
Jenna.
hit.
Hard,
Jenna.
Jen.
Jenna Bercheski
Hard,
and Maya
Nose
Willards.
is honestly fine. We're just
Veteran
leaving
in the young
ourselves a
field,
corner guard.
Jackie Lemke.
That's fine.
Yeah, Jackie Lemke, we saw her play a number of years with Cassie Potter.
10-3.
Her
It was a
husband
good throw.
Ryan's accomplished curler as well. They had some success in mixed over the years. Ryan Lemke, I think at one time would play with Croy Nernberger a little bit back in a number of years ago, but
Yep, they grew up together playing in juniors.
Here's Libby's second sing.
Whoa. Curl.
looks like she may have been moving in her slide a little bit towards the sideboard, so I think this is going to move early.
Curl.
Nope, you need it to curl.
Roll it on. Roll it out. Whoa.
So maybe slid a little tight and moved it back, Jason.
Sorry,
what do you
thank
think?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
probably set it out a little bit.
Like gonna spin back in.
Pretty good shot though.
Yeah, excellent results
case
really,
it's
with an
sticky.
empty rings.
So we got a couple other games going on out here also. Sheet 4, we have Sinclair and Strauss, and they blanked the first end. We're on sheet 5. Christensen up 2-0 on Bear. Traxler has the draw off.
Sinclair has last rock. They blanked the first end, so she's carrying last rock into the second end.
That Madison Barrier Christensen game is a pretty big one. Bear is sitting at 2-1. She's got both Christensen, who she's playing now, and Sinclair left on her schedule. She's probably going to need one of those wins.
Yeah, I think it's about here.
What are it, 7 women's teams in the field?
7 women's teams in the field.
6 games, all right.
6 games. There's always one women's team with a bye each draw, of course.
Okay.
Usually on the men's field, we never have byes because we usually have 10-team fields. One year, we had an 11-team field, the first year of this web stream, I think, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah, I think so.
We had an 11-team field in 2012.
Try and throw it to you guys. Okay.
Decided to throw tons and tons of draws at us that year.
It was a 11-team field that year because Pete Fenson was got a pass into the Nationals that year because he was selected to play against Brazil in that World Curling Championship qualifying game. So after much discussion, it was decided that we would simply increase the field that year instead of keep it at 10 and remove another spot from the qualifying events.
I think they probably learned their lesson. 11's probably too many.
I don't think so because my team went undefeated in that event, if you remember, Jason, and that means our undefeated record can never be matched.
That is very true. Yeah, congratulations.
I'm all in. Even John Schuster has mowed through the field undefeated, but he has always had one less game. So if you're listening, John, you're gonna have to push for an 11-team field.
And you won it that year too, correct?
Yeah, typically when you go undefeated in an event, you win the event. Yeah.
Well, I meant in the round robin.
I don't want to get into it here, Jason.
Well,
but yeah, round robin undefeated, playoffs undefeated.
I understand. That was my mistake for even doubting that.
I mean, I'm not even saying we're the best team, but everything went our way that week, that's for sure.
Dirty, maybe.
So, anyways, back to this Christine McMakin. Fairly routine end. She'll be throwing her first, the in-turn. Trying to remove the Kim Rime rock in the back of the rings.
Got time. Got room.
Clean. Maya.
Maya Willard's asked to carve it over.
It's just not doing anything. Here comes the hair.
Now it's moving. Looks like she's got a piece. We'll see where Kim Rime puts this. Trying to coax some sort of mistake.
You know, seeing as you've written the book literally on brushing, Dean, I have a question for you on these carving things. Have you seen a more effective strategy or way of doing that than another?
I don't think anybody's really settled on the most effective way here myself. I think we're all still searching. It certainly seems to make a...
Great, the show's starting.
Come on, just trust me. Oh, trust you, like with the dollar oysters.
I don't think those were oysters.
You survived, so...
Wait, we can't go that way.
Watch this. They'll think we're VIP. Wow, he does think we're VIP. And backstage. Trust me now?
I never doubted you.
I did for a second, but it's gone now. I trust you.
The all-new Sienna. Toyota, let's go places.
We're back here, third end between Kim Rime and Christine McMakin. McMakin has the hammer here after blanking the first 2 ends.
So well executed that end by Christine McMakin to get the blank. She's blank 2, heading to the third end, 0-0. We're joined here by 2010 Olympian Jason Smith. Played in the 2010 games on Team Schuster. Longtime fixture on the competitive circuit. A guy. Everybody knows is going to make a lot of shots when you play against him. You know, Jason, after the 2010 games, though, I think you headed south for a number of years, didn't you?
I did, yes. After our couple years of curling, and I decided I needed a little break. And there's no better place to take a break from curling than the Sunshine State.
So you went and hit out in Florida for a couple of years.
I did. Almost 5, actually.
Oh, you guys.
What were you smuggling when you were down there?
I got a 4-0, but Jen's rock.
5 years you were down there.
Jen's
You
rock.
would come back and curl a little bit, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
2011, I kind of came back and threw, and
14
played down
too.
a little
It's
bit.
gotta
We didn't
stop.
make
14
it out of the
gotta
challenge
stop.
round or whatever, but I was still playing a little bit.
Sit, rock. Okay, that's all right, Maya.
Okay. Top 4.
Okay, we're going to send it over to our man, Price Atkinson, for our first price check of the morning. Price, take it away.
Yeah, with Jason Smith on the call this morning, I figured it would be a good time, and because it also made its way onto social media, and he got mighty braggadocious about it last year from Spokane, our horse contest that we had over in the basketball gymnasium at Eastern Washington University between draws. And, he talked a big game, and he backed it up, but I also backed it up a little bit and took him down to the final letter, Dean Gimmel, which I'm not sure if you're privy to the story. However, I did get my revenge in the parking lot the other day. I smoked him in about 4 straight games of cornhole. So I think I'll let Smitty decide whether we're even Steven or not, but I think we're pretty good at this point with maybe the grudge match that will be taking place next year at Nationals in Cedar Rapids. I don't know what sport it'll be. We've gone basketball, cornhole. I'll let him pick what the grudge match will be, Smitty. It's all yours.
Yes, and anyone out there that has a chance to play Price in cornhole, I would not suggest it. He's pretty good.
He's a class of the field here, isn't he?
He brings his own.
He brings his own bags.
He brings his own bags. That's almost cheating, I think.
Not going to hustle anybody bringing your
That
own
was my
bags.
bad. That was a horrible call. I was confused because she slid out with 9.5. I had a 9.5 on it, so I didn't know what to do.
So they seem to not be thrilled with that shot, although they rolled partially buried under this center line guard.
4:15.
Pretty good to me.
Yeah. So game on here. Kim Rhymes going to try to lock one on here. She's going to ask her second, Kate Flannery, to lock one on.
25.
5.
4. Whoa, 4.
4 means translates in the zone system that they use, would translate to the top of the 12-foot. That's the high ring. 3 means outside of the ring, so it's
4,
definitely
3.
lighter than they'd like it to be.
Sorry. No, it's just down. We didn't communicate.
Partially
Guys like
staggered
this.
there.
Okay.
Staggered guards and an opportunity here for Christine McMakin with her rock 2 shots away from removal right now.
15 threes have been teed. So
Probably were safe to tap that one a little bit rather than staggering that guard like that, but curling, it happens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mistake there, but
yeah, 6.
that's why we play the game, right?
Only
That
for
is very
line.
true.
Line only. T
No line.
Otherwise, we just run them up and down the ice and then see if the other team could blank.
Settle. Still T. Yep.
Nope, you can't
That
do
never
anything. You can't
happens.
bounce on this line either.
This
Can't
rock's
bounce.
starting to move its way over. The weight should come
It
off
just
as it
has to
starts to
sit on
curl.
its
They're
own.
sort of caught in between, though. They don't want to
Okay,
bounce.
that's fine.
Ooh, they got a little lucky that it spun in, but there is definitely an opening here now for Kim Rhyme to seize control of this end, really, with a good shot.
Yeah, a little nose hit. Maybe a little roll inside if you can.
Hack to
Doesn't-
board.
I can't see much, honestly. I can't see much, so I would say back line. I can only see about a third.
Okay, back line it is.
She might need back line to get inside in this path.
4-0.
Might be able to get in here with Hack as well, but
Okay. No, you're good. Back line.
they've settled on back line.
4-0.
I'm sure she'd love to get rid of it, but if she can move it back, maybe 3-4 feet and sit right on the corner there, that'd be a
Yeah,
pretty good
she
spot.
doesn't even have to be shot rock. Just close down the scoring area.
Back line.
Yeah, this is mostly a line shot.
Her team told her 4.0 as a split time for back line. Tight to the guard, but I think
Close.
they're going to have to be tight. It's real close to very good, but I think she's going to just rub the guard. I think she probably could have got inside maybe with Hack. It really carves at the
Here
end here.
again. Okay. If
Trying
you're
to
frozen
decide
in the
if-
pocket, I don't think that's bad.
That's called the correct miss.
Yeah, the pro side miss. I was talking about that the other night here the other day with Luke Violette, and There is a point when you have to stop thinking about misses, though, and start thinking about makes, right? It's easy to go through a game. Oh, we're making pro side misses, and then forget a few makes would be good.
I played with some skips that broom for the miss. Like that's.
No, line's good now. Line's good.
Like I'll broom it to wreck the guard.
That's the power of negative thinking.
If you happen to get by, good for you.
Straight.
Should start to move here. It's going to move across quite a bit.
Yep, hard. Okay, whoa.
I'm trying to decide, Jason, if we're seeing a little more curl in the ice here today.
Nice, really good.
It looks like it's finishing in there pretty nice.
I mean, this sheet has finished all week. It's finished hard at the end. There's a
15. It was 14.97.
Lines near the sideboards that can track a bit.
Yeah, you get out in that 12-foot, and there are a couple straight spots, especially on the hits, or if you you set a draw out there, it'll just run forever, and actually speeds it up too.
Yeah, you get in a rock starts running because it's moving straight. So
great freeze there by Team McMakin.
Great shot there. And now Kim Rime in a bit of a jam. She's going to have to move some of these.
Out.
Libby Brundage.
Whoa. Yes.
This looks pretty good.
Does look really good. Can they move another one out?
Was that only an 8-5?
Little unlucky, but that was also a good freeze, so you could see
I mean,
how
do you
that
ever
happened.
just like, we don't really have to pop this one.
Ours is still
I don't know
above T, right?
Yeah, we're 1-2. Do you hate this?
I don't mind that. Whatever you see.
Yeah, right, a little
Like I don't mind here either. I like here.
Okay.
Just top 8.
So really 2 shots to consider, I guess, here, Jason. This shot that they've called, or they could draw open side. I like this call.
Yeah, I would agree. I think getting under that guard makes it you're almost guaranteeing your 2. Even if Kim happens to make a run back or something, she can always come around again and sit her second point.
And I think if they draw open side, Kim Rime is, considering the situation, likely to ignore it herself and go around the center guard.
Yep. Yeah, line.
With no double in the mix, I don't think.
Line's pretty good.
Top 8's nice weight here. If they can bury enough of it. You like to bury a piece at least.
Hard. Okay, whoa.
This could be really good.
Nice throw, Jackie. Good.
And it is.
I like the run.
Is there a triple? The run triple.
The run triple, I think, maybe there. It might stuff it in the back, but it might go over the top.
If you can hit it on that angle, maybe you get some things moving.
Yeah, definitely. They'd be pretty happy to make the double, that's for sure. Trying to hit this a little bit high side.
Whoa! Yes. Okay.
There's the double.
Almost a triple.
Almost a triple, but has popped that stone. Had to work a little bit to get that one out, but you also, I think, popped that stone almost open. I can't quite tell from here.
10-5, or do you like 11 or 10?
There it is.
10-5, it's a long roll.
I prefer 10-5.
And they're shot stone, and McMakin's got to deal with it.
On the sheet next to this game, Jamie Sinclair grabbed a 4-ender in the second end to jump out to a 4-0 lead over Delaney Strauss. Delaney Strauss is coached by someone you know pretty well, right, Jason? Courtney George?
Close.
Yep. Grew up playing against Courtney different events and seeing her at all the junior events and women's events. So, yes, she's been a Minnesota staple in curling for as many years as I have or more.
Okay, just leave it. That's fine. 10-5. That was completely my bad.
She was actually my first game I ever played in a Bonspiel was against Courtney George.
Wow.
Cracked her for 5 in the first end. They got 1. We got 4. So we're up 9-1. We lose the game 13-9.
Oh boy!
My first ever Bonspiel game.
That might have made me quit. All right, here we go. Not exactly the best place for Jackie Lemke to roll there, but Kim Rime will need a roll. She'd love to get it behind those staggered red stones. If she hits it thinner, she might end up rolling either corner frozen or even make a real thin double. Cross house. There is a risk of a jam, I think, over on her own red.
think you can be pretty aggressive on this roll.
Yep, I think she can make the roll, not jam it. I think the way to play this is aggressive. You need a roll here, or else you're in danger of giving up 2 or even 3.
Clean. Curl, curl. Curl, curl. Hard curl, hard curl. Hard curl, hard curl.
We're asking Katie Rhyme to work
hard
this
curl,
one
hard
over.
roll, hard roll, hard roll.
Close.
Yes, 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 yes.
They're going to tuck just edge to edge.
Shot stone, but accessible.
Right, no, I agree. I almost kind of like nose. I'm not sure if I can.
Another
get
footer
nose
roll,
on
and that's
it.
absolutely
With,
perfect.
I
Yeah,
almost
it
just
was
like a 12
really good.
here,
It was
because
a.
if we wick
It's
and
just an
roll
inch
in,
lower.
I
Let's
think
hear what
that's
Christine
okay.
McMakin thinks.
Okay, but I mean, we gotta watch this too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, a little bit more. I think it might move a little bit off the center. Okay.
So she needs to get to nose. She talked about wanting to get to nose. You'd like to be at least to
11-5.
3/4 to avoid that jam, Jason.
Yeah, she wants to hit as much as she can. Clear that space in the yellow one. Stick around.
That's the danger right there.
Of course, the other danger is being
11-5, 12.
too aggressive with it and clipping that guard. Intern on the way.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hard, Maya.
I think it should work over enough.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Real good.
No roll.
Good.
I don't know if Kim Rhyme can roll to be shot from that one, so she's going to play on the other one.
Yep, you got it. 10-5.
She probably would have preferred to get another chance and almost the same shot she just threw, but this is one of those tricky paths on this sheet.
Yeah, there's definitely a line out there where if you you get outside of it, it runs dead straight, or if you happen to soft one inside of it, it will take off.
She almost, though, has to think about, flirting with being on that guard to make this roll and then trying to push it back out. I have seen rocks get pushed out by brushers in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call that tight ice, but we'll see what kind of weight she throws.
Called for control, so I think that's a pretty good weight call out here.
It's easy to get cute with it out here and have a miss. We saw Rich Roonan miss a double early in his game against Corey Dropton out here.
Curl, hard
Yeah.
curl, hard
Definitely
curl.
floating.
Hard
It might
curl,
turn in a
hard
bit here.
Curl, hard curl. Any roll in.
It's like a lot of
no
nose.
Roll, no roll.
Oh, and rolls out. So free draw here to the 8-foot for 2.
So Christine McMakin's strategy of blank the opening end and the second end is paying dividends here.
All right, this is the first draw I've
Jackie's
thrown all
taking
game.
a look here to see if they come up to their own, if they're 2.
Second shot.
Like a 40.
Yeah, nice clarification, Joe, so people at home weren't saying it's clearly yellow. It's actually a
35
smart
to top
thinking
8.
as a third. She wants to know if she comes to nose if it will be shot. It's close. I think
I'm
she'd
just
rather
gonna give it
avoid
to you guys
that.
and let you get it there.
Sometimes as a skip, it's good to just let the sweepers know it's up to you for distance. Don't worry about the line.
Yeah, there should
Felt
be
like a
zero worry
lot.
about line here. I think they can be on
Felt
top
like a
of that
lot.
Height is fine. It's all you girls. Gotta be 8 foot. Okay, we're up on our own, but that's okay. Yep, go then.
They can bounce off it. Would be a little piece here. It'd probably be good. Just don't want to get to nose on it. Almost found out if Jackie's investigation was worthwhile.
So McMakin picks up 2 here in the third end. Kim Rhyme will have the hammer when we come back right after this.
USA Curling aims to provide continued programming to grassroots, junior, and diversity and inclusion initiatives, support the future of curling in the United States, by making a donation at usacurling.org/donate.
And we're back here. Kim Rhyme now has the hammer. She's down 2 here in the 4th end. After a couple blank ends, McMakin gets a pretty easy deuce there in the 3rd.
All you.
I was just asking Jason Smith, thanking him for doing this 8 a.m. draw with us, the early wake-up call. And one thing he just noted was after being in this bubble for mixed doubles and now the men's, he was happy to get out of the hotel.
Yeah, this bubble is, it's tough. I'm kind of a homebody anyway, so it's pretty easy for me to sit around and run stop. But even I'm struggling a little bit with hotel time.
Kudos to USA Curling, the staff, though. We've had the bubble now with no COVID cases, regular testing and health checks.
Yeah, they put our athletes' health #1, and it's thank you to them for getting us to this event so we can actually compete. It's been a long year without playing, so it's nice to be doing something.
Yeah,
that means something.
I think we gotta go.
Quick score update over on sheet 4. Strauss picked up a single, now trails Sinclair 4-1.
3.
And Bear picked up a single, trails Christensen 2-1.
A little close there. Sorry. Carried. Good here.
So Kim Rhyme with a corner guard up, tight corner guard. Christine McMakin sort of has to deal with one of those in-between stones. Not a guard, not quite top 4. It's Maya Willards.
Okay. Line's great. Line's great. To my broom. To my broom. Jenna's rock. Oh, I don't like this stone. Over and off. You're over and off.
It's interesting. McMakin played the red stones on this sheet earlier in the week when we had them on the webcast. Now she's got the yellow stones.
That's
good. And throughout this week, the red stones have been the ones I would say that have confounded more teams. Certainly not confounded. You should be able to manage them. But I think, Jason, I don't know if you'd agree, but I think these are the red sheet A rocks typically at our championships, and I tend to think they are some of the perhaps the most challenging set out here. You don't agree? Everybody has their own opinions.
I would say the
rock.
most challenging set is the red or the yellow sheet C from Normal National. So I think they're on sheet 5 or 4 right now. They're on sheet 5.
Middle sheet. That's the championship sheet, but in the championship, of course, teams get to choose their rock.
Yeah, but just like any other event, rocks change yearly, and there's a couple unique ones for the red set here.
All that said, it is a pretty good set of championship rocks. Certainly, it's helpful to keep a book on them. So I don't think I'll be using them anytime soon, but I'll have to take a mental note of those sheet C yellows, according to Jason.
Yeah, line.
The senior nationals, you gotta know.
I don't even know if they roll out these rocks for the senior nationals every year, Joe. I don't know if it's worth it. Sorry to those seniors.
They will when the famous Dean Gemmel's there, though.
Yeah, sure.
The TESN will be there. Like, it's going to be a big event. I'm going to come broadcast.
It's going to blow up, Jason.
And study for 12 years from now when I can play.
Actually, I think it's great in curling that we have seniors curling 50 and over. It's very competitive, but of course people are at a different stage in their life. But it's great curling if you want to bring a great curling event to your club or facility. The senior men's, senior women's is a great one.
They can get quite a few teams in that event too.
Yeah, a lot of teams. You get a lot of teams, and often the senior men's has been a triple knockout with a big field. But yeah, see a lot of good players. I mean, you just see a lot of the same players who were doing well in men's and women's.
Roll, hard roll, hard roll, hard roll. Go
typically do pretty well in senior men's. Lyle Sieg's team won a men's world senior championship. That's a tough thing to win.
Looking over here on our feature, Rhyme looking pretty good right now. 2
You
behind
like
cover.
this?
Yeah, nice setup for
Really
them.
no.
Let's hear what Christine thinks.
I mean, the error is to use the guys, right? Yeah. And if you get this red one, that's fine.
You don't like just opening it up?
I think if we can see any of these red rocks, we have to try and get rid of some of them.
Okay.
I think you can
I just
accomplish
like
both.
11.
You thinking about running that yellow one in?
Yeah, I was just going to say to Jason, would you consider that angle run in your own yellow?
That's my thought. You open it up, and if you happen to get lucky, you make contact with one of them or both of them.
Yeah. Stick your yellow in the ring
Close.
somewhere. And it's
Whoa.
probably not
Close.
any harder than this
Close.
shot.
Come on, get there.
So
That's not bad, actually. That's pretty good.
I'm not sure I'm in full agreement of that. I think it's third shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
It's
Well, maybe
close to second
shot.
shot.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
close to being second shot, but there's a long way to go. It could become third shot before this end is over.
I'm going to come down to it around the corner guard.
Yeah, I think if you angle your own yellow in on that last one, there's a couple good things that can happen.
So this line right here is a big difference between the mixed doubles and here.
Oh, it is.
In mixed doubles, we were giving Broom pretty close to the edge of the forefoot, and it'd come all the way across the sheet. In the men's and women's here, we've been center line, edge of button, so just lost that little bit of curl going inside out.
This one's a little spicy.
See if she can stick around at the back. You really don't want to end up there. The old story about certainly we don't want to talk about pro misses, but better light there. Let's hear what Christine says.
I got about 3. Oh, I got all. I've got about this much there.
Okay, you want to throw 11?
Sure.
Okay.
So Jackie Lemke has all of the rock and a little bit. 11 hog-to-hog time she's looking for. We'd love to get this little roll under.
Whoa. Whoa. Close. Yep.
Close, yep.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean.
Maya.
Hard.
Maya Willard's trying to carve this over. They're carving it a little bit. Really close, actually, to a roll.
Okay. That's really good, Jackie. 11.
It's one thing that I noticed about good teams. You know, when you're watching games on TV or here, and how far we've come. You heard her yell, "Whoa." In a typical league game, when you hear that "whoa," the person is a couple feet outside the rock. She was probably an inch wide, and they're screaming bloody murder, "Whoa!" You can see how much the talent level is increasing here in the U.S. Both on the men's and the women's side, across the board.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Jason. These players, when they're wide, it's fractions wide or fractions tight. So that's here's one where she thinks she put it out a little bit, so it does need to curl.
Whoa, just curl. Curl. Hard curl.
Trying to carve this one over as well.
Hard curl.
Looks like it's really close, but I think it's going to be another nose. See if Christine gets aggressive here.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
I've got less air on the inside, but.
Okay, do you want to throw less? You want to just throw hack like a 12-5?
It's up to you.
Yeah, 12-5.
So whoever can make the better roll here, going to be in great position.
So throwing hack, you sort of flirt more with bringing that high red into play, but aggressive call here and playing for the roll. I like it.
One thing I've noticed all week is the hit weights when you get to board or even heavy hack. It's not.
Yep.
There's not too much difference in the broom. It's the draws more so. If you're throwing, T-line compared to back 8, rocks just don't finish the same.
really
Roll it,
close
roll it,
here
roll
to
it,
something
roll it,
pretty
roll it.
good. Great shot by Jackie Lemke.
Looks like McMakin sitting 2 now.
She earns the roll.
Okay.
This might be accessible with the
Maybe
out turn.
half. Just half. I don't mind peeling the top.
Not so sure you can't chase that with the out turn. Jason, what do you think?
Right?
I mean, I know it's over buried behind that high guard, but
Pretty risky, and you don't want to, just feather that guard over and make the guard even better. So I think that they might be making the right call here. I think this is get rid of this guard.
Yes.
trouble is it's fairly late in the end. This is thirds last for Kim Rhyme.
Hard. Okay.
I think my initial thought was like that in-turn tap on that one in the top house.
Yes.
Or move it back, try to tap with like back 8 and move that yellow one.
Yellow is second.
And maybe
yeah, I
end
like
up
that.
as second and fourth shot after that.
do you
Right?
like
Yeah. And if
ice,
the
I
rock
think?
hangs out a little bit, play a little split on it, and just open that
looks good.
space up.
Christine McMakin electing to replace that guard.
Right, just a 2. Just want to replace it since we're sitting first and second. You want a long
Here are our zones, as we hear many
Okay.
teams use
Yep,
the zones.
I was getting 17s on a
1
lot
is
of
the high
Maya's.
guard
Do
just
you
over
guys
the
like
hog line.
this?
10
Ice?
is back
It looks
line at the
close.
very end
I
there.
can't decide if I think it's more important
7
to
is the
cover,
T-line, the button.
like to be tighter to the center
That's
line.
one
or
of the
cover
reasons I always
all of the
struggle
red
to
rock?
use this. The 7 as the T-line never sits well in my small brain.
Okay, I like that.
I know some junior coaches will advise their junior teams who may be developing to break that zone up a little more into like 5 zones.
Yeah, I think the fewer numbers you have make it a little easier on juniors.
Yeah, probably.
When we grew up or learned the sweep call, it was always be vocal, and if you're wrong,
Mine's
you're
good.
wrong. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Just keep changing
No,
as you go down the
it's
sheet.
okay.
Eventually, you'll get better and better at line calls.
Sometimes wrong, never in doubt.
When you're at the other end and you don't know anything, some information is better than none.
Yes.
Did this curl too far? Let's hear what Kim thinks.
How much? 3/4? Maybe not enough.
We have to get pretty much to nose.
Little more, a little less? Okay.
Shout out to our mixed doubles coach Bill Rhyme in the background there.
If that's all we can see. Not with enough. Well,
As the
With
girls call him,
hack.
Wild Bill
Yeah.
Rhyme. I don't know where that name comes from, but
I think maybe because he's not.
yeah,
He's a great guy. I don't think he's.
I don't know.
I haven't seen him with a lampshade on his head in a curling club lounge anytime soon.
He probably is one of the nicest people in curling.
He really is. Great guy, Bill Rhyme. I remember we played the 2013 Nationals in Green Bay, and he was very involved in that.
So call is to come around this.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is how you manufacture your 2 as a skip. There you go. I think it was earlier in the end. You could look at that shot Jason described earlier, a little similar to that, where you make a play on your red.
Yeah, this is a big shot. Gotta throw a good one here.
Absolutely do. This is why the skips are skips. Here we go. Kim Rhyme with her first of the 4th end.
room. We've got room. Clean. Yes. Gotta go. Line. Hard line. Are we hard? Hard line. Hard line. Hard line. Real hard. Real hard. Real hard. Real
Looks like
hard.
she's
Whoa, 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 whoa.
a little light, and we'll check on the guard.
Even if we're just here, I think she's probably going to try and throw that. Do you like their? I think I like their.
curled, but she underthrew it, so.
Yeah. Well, I've been giving you guys here to get to the button.
It's a pretty long guard.
And
It
I
would
think
take too much more.
if we're partially open too, that's not bad.
Right. We're high.
Yep.
So looking to get maybe partially buried here.
Yeah, and Kim Ryan bumped, unfortunately for her, she bumped that
Anywhere like
Yellowstone
on this
over a little to
path,
cover more of
as
her
long
own
as we're 1, 2, 3 is really good, I think.
red.
I have to be above the tee line. And if we're wide open, then we have to be like top 8.
Okay. Do you want to walk here?
Sure.
With a really good shot, you might see Kim Ryan have to look at either
Is
that
pretty
angle,
do you think it's going to run pretty similar to my draw for 2?
the rock she can see a sliver of, or the run under the rock that she just threw.
T-line.
Christine
No,
McMakin.
I don't want to leave a pocket, so I'd rather be back here.
Rub!
T-line is a
still
little more than they would like.
It's
I think
gotta be a
she's
lot
going
better
to
than
miss
T-girls.
any check.
Go.
Their thought is it better be
No, if it's just top 8, then leave it.
It's not top 8.
All
Leave
in
this to
between
check
calls
up.
here.
Could be really good, actually, though.
Actually, that's actually pretty good.
I think we've got the double, but I don't know. That doesn't get a shooter.
Let's see what Kim thinks. That was an emotional roller coaster.
I mean, we should still have
There was a
half,
lot of
probably
indecision,
less than half.
and it wound up in a pretty good spot either way.
Yeah.
Okay. Run it. We could run it. I mean, I can't draw.
I think you have to run it here.
I'm not gonna stick the shooter. I can't stick the shooter though and get
She
the
can
ball
play the
out.
straight run. I mean, another shot is to hit what she can see of that red one, and she probably catches the one that Christine McMakin just put there.
There's no chance at a thin triple here.
I don't think a thin triple. There's a chance of a double with that shot. There, she's talking about it now.
I'm talking
Do you
about
think
coming
that's
down and
easier
smoking
than
one
the
here.
draw?
Oh, true enough.
The draw's not gonna get shot.
Oh.
The draw is not going to get shot, and it's going to be
I
tough
think
to
that's
be
too
second
thin.
shot, honestly, with the draw, I think, with that card.
I thought you were looking
Yeah.
at the run triple, a red straight back.
Yeah,
Oh,
she-
that's a possibility.
She can see a little bit of that one, though, that,
Yeah,
as Joe
I like that.
described. She can see some of that rock.
Yeah, but this
Jason's talking about doing something like
Pretty
that.
straight.
Yeah.
here, but like in order to
Still not shot. Yeah, you won't get shot with that.
okay.
Yep,
You can see.
you got it. I think 13 seconds.
They've
You
decided
got
on
it. Do you want a teensy bit less with 13?
This angle run, if you hit what you
Okay,
can
I like
see,
it.
I
Guys,
think
it's a
you
little
get
inside than we were out here.
to there,
I like it.
and you probably
13.
spin, if you're fortunate, to there or off the other yellow. The danger here, of course, is if you tickle the yellow into the rings. Did you play this at all in mixed doubles, Jason?
No, this shot. Actually, yes, we did actually
You
win a
did have a
game.
shot.
Kim had a shot very similar to this. We had a skinny by a guard and tap one to the forefoot to beat Lance Wheeler and Claire Morris.
It's not exactly a fun shot to look at from the hack here. Trying to hit what she can see, basically.
Clean. Clean. Yes, line.
Tight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Clean.
She must be
Whoa,
close.
clean, straight, clean. Yes! Line, yes! Yes!
Will
Yes!
she get by?
Fudge.
Oh. And
Sorry.
there. Oh, didn't push it far enough, though.
Three.
So
Yes.
steal a
Sorry,
three
Brazilian
here
gets
for
a little more.
McMakin. Going to take a 5-point lead into the fifth end. Ryan will
Yes,
have the
no.
hammer when we come
Yeah, I
back
did look
right
at it
after
before.
this.
Yeah, sorry.
Innovation, style,
And performance.
the G50 has it all.
I love the speed and comfort.
And they're so light. Wow, this is light.
It offers the choice of Teflon thickness. That's best for your level of playing.
Beginner or pro?
The G50 line has a shoe for you. The quality of the shoe is great.
And they're really comfortable.
Sleek.
Stable, secure. It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
So we're back here, fifth end between McMakin and Rhyme. McMakin with the 5-point lead. She can do herself a lot of favors here if she gets this victory. Bring Rhyme back down to her
Price is trying to fix
in the
their
loss
mic.
column.
I don't think Kim's mic is working.
Well, we had a technical timeout trying to figure out what's going on with the microphone.
Price Atkinson out there working on it. Over on sheet 5, Corey Christensen up 3-1 on Madison Bear. Jamie Sinclair has a 6-1 lead on Delaney Strauss.
I think that's a great idea.
Strauss looks to be lying 1, maybe 2 at the moment. Jamie's throwing, looking to make a double, I believe. There are the scores. Maya Willards with her first in the fifth end. It's Christine McMakin out to a 5-0 lead. Big steal of 3 in the last end.
4-3.
You can drop it if it's a 3. If it's yeah, drop it because we're over curling.
Drop it?
Yep.
No, we don't have a choice.
17-2.
One positive with this 5-rock rule is it's pretty easy to generate some offense. I shouldn't say easy. It's possible to generate some offense.
That's true. Christine McMakin with a 5-0 lead was hoping that one would land in the top of the forefoot, bite the button. It's a little short. Gives Kim Rhyme a guard to work with.
2-3.
She's going to put up the corner here, corner guard.
3.
I call that the Berklid. Up 5, throw the center guard.
Coming down.
Just keep pouring it on,
right.
Stephen Berklid.
Yeah, they never stop. I asked them, I said, do you have to have 14 of 16 rocks in play every end?
I feel like Stephen might need that just to stay engaged in the game, just to keep his mind active. Good thinker.
I don't think I could curl a full season with him. That would get pretty stressful.
I think most teams, most skips they had you at third, would be looking for to throw some heat and move some things around from time to time. That's for sure.
Just for line.
I'd probably just do it, even to skip.
Line's better now. Line's good. Line's good.
That doesn't look like a freeze.
Getting tighter again. Getting tighter
A little
again.
heavy.
Yep.
Added too much.
Comes Maya Willards. Looked like she slid a little tight and fed it out, but will she get by? Oh, not quite.
Okay, that was completely my bad.
Christine McMakin takes a lot on her shoulders with her team, blaming herself for a lot of things.
I like that as a skip.
Yeah, you don't see it all the time.
Ownership, praise your teammates.
Yeah.
She does take more ownership than I think I've ever heard of any skip.
Yeah, that was my point, Joe. I'd agree with you.
Yeah. She's a lot of fun to have on the mic, actually, for that reason.
Yeah, we had her on earlier. She was great.
2-3. 2.
Did she take the blame for any broadcasting errors?
Not as much as I would have liked, to be honest, Jason.
1, 2.
When I jumbled names up. Little quick update over on sheet 4. Delaney Strauss might have a hit here against Jamie Sinclair to lie 3. Jamie was trying to double and ended up with a nose hit.
We can't come here.
Give you a little update after Delaney Strauss's first shot in this end.
Like it has to be here.
Strauss could really use that victory. She's 1-2.
She could probably use a chance to throw that rock again because she wrecked on the high guard. So now Jamie looks like she has a chance to make a hit and lie 2.
7.
Real. What?
5.
Okay.
7.
Whoa.
It's to check up.
Okay, it's Jackie's. It's always Jackie's.
Has to move across
I really
here,
just
Jackie
want a guard.
Lemke.
It is a guard.
Okay.
Guard. 2-3.
Tighter.
Guarding here.
Line's pretty
You don't want to be too tight here because then they can hit and roll behind that mess with it and be in the rings. If they're guarding.
I think that's okay right now.
You want to run those two?
Any thoughts on the hit and roll as we're looking at the right yellow guard and
the guard
they
that just went up?
Yeah,
because
roll for another corner.
It is close enough. You could almost roll on behind all those corners and expose that one.
That double leader. Yeah.
Down 5-0. I'm not a big fan of opening it up yet.
I think they're just going to come around everything.
Yeah, they're going to play this come around draw behind those two corners.
15. Clean. 5.
They might at least be able to start making Christine McMakin guard 1 stone.
6.
Has to come off the yellow still. It should. Line looks pretty good now. Pretty good shot.
It's like a real good shot.
Great throw. Great come around draw.
I didn't think it would curl that much.
Get second stone.
So now Christine McMakin is going to peel these. Like to get both of these corner guards.
Is Kim going a little crazy? Is Kim going a little crazy? She might be.
That was either Katie Rhyme or Libby Brundage wondering about the mental state of Kim Rhyme.
Hard! Hard!
Always good when your teammates are questioning the skips.
Nice. Oh, I lied. She will get the back one. Okay.
Wow.
Pretty good shot
result
there.
Nice throw, Jen.
It is a good
Really
result.
good.
What?
Oh.
I kind of like putting it
Extra
back.
action there.
Oh. Okay.
Chris
okay.
Atkinson is going to
No,
try
it's
to
okay.
repair Kim
Doesn't know
Rhyme's
what's happening.
microphone. Some
Thank
players
you.
might
No, it's okay.
certainly gracious of her to pause and fix her microphone.
I like putting the guard back up. Yeah.
The game when you're down 5-0, I might,
Wait, in your last one.
I might not.
I might take that thing off and fire it against the wall here.
I might not be in the mood for this, so credit to her. She's not going crazy. She's still polite.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason, you can just put it on mute. You don't have to fire the thing at a wall.
I got 15 though.
I usually set it down nicely on the table when I choose not to wear it anymore.
Sorry.
Well, remember that you're
right.
scheduled to be a
Because we can
feature
also be a
matchup
two.
later on.
I think the guard back.
I'll keep it on. I'll try to be
Yeah, I like
entertaining.
that.
Maybe we should get one on Jared
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, for sure. So here goes Kim Rhyme. She's going to replace the corner guard. After a nice double peel made there. Kate Flannery.
3. Kate.
3.
Okay.
Tight. 3.
Whoa. 2, 3. It's got a curl.
3. Thing is carrying. 3.
Okay, Libby, if you can.
No,
if you
it's
can,
2.
curl it.
2,
Yep,
3.
hard. Hard, Libby.
2.
Yep, hard, Libby. Yep, hard.
3.
Yep, hard, hard, hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You got it. Go, 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 go. Keep going, keep going. Go, 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 go. A little more, a little more, a little more. Okay, good soup, guys.
With Jared Allen next to us here, Jason, and you battling this sore quad,
You like
sore hamstring, it
trying
might be a
this?
good
Yeah.
time to compare
Hey, if you
NFL
just
injuries to
repeal it,
curling
that's
injuries.
fine.
Okay.
I don't think he's had anything near as painful as what I'm going through.
Way again, right?
It's a violent game out here on the ice.
Just firm.
Yep, just firm.
Oh, why do you guys play?
And my size and strength advantage too is
Whoa,
it's a
whoa.
major factor. in-
Absolutely. I've seen your time in the 40. It's unbelievable.
Whoa, whoa.
Just,
Yep.
Just
yep,
a
yep,
burner.
Yep, just peel it
Roll,
off.
Jenna.
That's fine. Just peel it. Just kidding.
Oh,
So like
nice
I
shot
am
there.
a horrible line caller. Okay.
so a hit and roll under, and now
What?
Kim Rhyme with a
Tough
small
work.
scoring area.
McMakin even taking the blame for a horrible line call that wasn't. It was pretty good as far as I was concerned.
Fairly brilliant, makes the double, rolls behind those guards. I don't know what other result was better. Kim Rhyme can play this come around now, but her scoring area is a little smaller. Libby Brundage with a small wobble.
Okay, line's fine, guys.
Room.
Room, room, room.
I like shooters
Roll
that
down
communicate with
low.
the sweepers
Clean,
as
just
they're
clean.
kicking out of the hack.
Just stay
throwing.
close. Yep, yes.
I do that.
Yep,
I
hard.
appreciate that skill.
Yes, hard.
Have you ever been a
hard,
sweeper
hard,
who
hard.
communicates with the
Gotta go
thrower
hard.
as they're coming
Gotta
out?
go
Yes,
hard. Gotta
yes.
go hard. You got it. Go, go, go. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Hard, 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 hard,
Close.
hard. Keep
We
going,
need to
keep going,
get
keep
a
going,
little
keep
bit
going.
more out of it.
Sweep, guys.
Yes,
Well,
everyone I grew up with,
I
we had this
honestly
thing
don't
where
mind trying
we're gonna
that
tell
if
you if you need more.
if you like it.
Because we
How
we
far
don't want to
apart
sweep.
are they?
That's the main thing.
6 feet.
Okay.
I actually think more isn't a bad
like
thing
throwing
for
the
a
out
brusher
low.
to say to a thrower. Less isn't so
You
good,
like throwing
though.
the end?
You ever been on the other end? You've
for the
been
end, I
skip
guess.
and you
Okay,
see
let's
somebody
go the
come
end.
out of the hack and you start
Nope, you got
nudging
it.
to the side. you're
wanna
you're
throw firm?
offline. Chuck it outside a little bit.
I hope I'm not getting that very regularly, but no, I haven't had that too much, but I have seen it.
I have seen it as well. Skips
Yep,
moving the
hard.
bridge.
Yep.
Jackie Lemke with this intern that I talked about. She may have got it going.
Hard, Jenna.
Curling hard
Whoa,
here.
whoa, whoa. Roll it off, roll it off, roll it off. That's totally fine, Jackie.
What do you agree with? Totally fine there, Jason.
I don't know if I like that call or not. What do you think? Up. I mean, up your shot rock, and I guess it's smart to limit the scoring, but I
don't love the call with shot rock and only. Yeah, I mean they only have 3 rocks to go. Now all of a sudden you've given her a chance to maybe score a deuce.
You could have clogged up the other side of the forefoot even with a guard.
Yeah, and then there are 2 shots away now. Kim Ryan will try this split. Could end up lying 1-2 or 1-3.
Little up.
no wobble on that throw. That one looked good.
Close.
It did.
Yep. It's a little up.
So Strauss picked up 1
Yep.
in the
9.
5th
Yep.
end. Now is trailing Sinclair 6-2.
Hard.
She had an opportunity in that end to get more than 1, but it didn't quite work out.
Hard.
So here, a nose tap at this point. Not the worst.
Pretty good.
Okay. Like just the straight nose double. Okay.
Yeah, so I think now Christine McMakin has to be
like
careful
there
here
with
too.
A 10? Or I can throw 9-5 honestly.
Well, it's up to you,
9-5 there. I like 9-5 there.
Just to make sure she doesn't float this, right, Jason?
Yeah, you don't want to stuff it in that yellow one that's on the side forefoot.
9-5.
You
Just
need to
nose.
make sure it comes up
for
to
the
miss
double.
here, I guess, if you would be low side, but on this
Jackie
sheet
was just
and
tight.
with this ice, it's easy
I
if you
did
set
curl
it back
too,
just
but
a
it was
hair.
Really funky delivery for her.
There aren't a lot of good misses in this, I don't think.
No. And I think that last call sort of left her in
I would
a
imagine
bit of this
mine
dilemma.
would
She's
run
pretty
out.
calm and collected about it, but
9-5. Careful. Maya.
don't really love the early woe call on this shot.
Hard,
She's
Maya!
pretty close.
Jenna.
Might have overcooked it.
I think they did.
My fault.
Oh.
So
Who took the blame on that one?
Go right here.
Christine did not. Jackie actually took the blame there in an unusual turn of events.
It's contagious. The skip starts taking the blame, and everybody wants to take the blame.
It's all me. It's all me. My fault. This whole debacle is on me.
All 4 players are arguing because they can't decide whose fault it was.
I've never played on a team like that. All my teams were all blaming each other. It's never anybody's fault. So that said, Kim Rime, if she can half bury this one, half tuck it, maybe touch the forefoot, there's a real good chance they score 3 here headed into the break. Does need a good one here.
What do you guys think? Like 410? Okay. You think this path is? It's like getting a little fudgy. Like, yeah. Okay. Okay.
So Kim Rime asking whether it's getting fudgy, which means it's starting to slow down a bit. Her brushers don't think it is.
So this sheet's extremely fast right now. She just asked for a 410. Doing mixed doubles, we were throwing 90, 95. So it's quick out there right now.
So 410 to the tee line. That's her travel time from back line to hog line. 4.1 seconds that she thinks is good for tee line.
Curl, Katie, curl. Just get it to it.
Long way to go to
Get
top.
it to it. Get it to it. Get it to it.
Right.
To it.
Hard curl. Right to nose.
Trying
Right
to
to
keep
nose.
at least a lock
Okay.
the freeze.
Might
So
be good enough.
might be good enough to
Maya.
bring 2 in, a pretty easy 2. Sort of edge to edge. Christine McMakin could almost get to nose though.
Yeah, I think she
I'm thinking
just
there
noses
was only
this
a
one
10,
and sits
so
right
I
on
think
top.
To get the
It's-
double, we have to
makes
cross
the
face,
two
unless I just
really
absolutely
difficult.
throw a bomb at it and get it over the top.
I mean, you could try, but I would prefer just try to get to nose, I think, especially if you can see all of it.
Make sure you stick
Honestly,
around for
because if we
Jared
go
Allen at the
nose
5th end
on
break.
it too, and they still sit 1 or whatever.
I think that was some sage veteran advice
Like
there. The way those
Yeah.
stack up to throw an absolute bomb and bring it over the top.
Like that.
I think we
And
need
if
to
we,
bring
like, if it
Jason out
doesn't
here
come up
circa
and we just nose
2010.
it, I think that's fine, because then she has to try and get it out while navigating her own rock. Just a 10.
Yeah, I think if you get to nose, sit right there. It makes the 2
Can I have a
really
hair
difficult.
more ice, I think.
Hair more.
Hair more ice. Yeah, I think mine 9-5 came up quite a bit more than I was expecting.
Certainly up 5-0. No reason to bring that guard into play.
10?
Yes.
Yep, Jenna. Yep. Yard, Jenna. Hard, Jenna. Hard.
Did I say don't bring the guard into play, Jason? Is it going to rub?
Oh, just rubs.
Right. All right.
Question.
You should be.
Yes, it is. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
All right, you got it, Kim.
So,
Same ice.
Draw the forefoot here for 3.
Kim Ryan with a chance to draw for 3.
Well, that end developed interestingly.
Okay, ladies.
This might be a time when you need
I can
the.
throw one, make you do something.
If we had coaches with earpieces in players' ears, and they could have heard "Don't bring the guard into play," might have been helpful.
I respect all the coaches. I personally couldn't do it. It seems stressful, and
I'm sort of on the same page as you, Jason. I've debated over the years coaching. I don't think I'd be particularly. Well, I think I could be good at it for 5 ends, and then I might get bored and leave the building, so that wouldn't be very good.
the way I was coached growing up probably wouldn't translate into today's. I don't think I was told how bad I was the whole time. So that
sort of negative reinforcement isn't in the youth coaching handbook.
It
these
is not
days.
anymore. No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's okay.
Berating children, not really what we like to see anymore.
We're fine.
My curling coach suggested I found a new sport. That's
So
Nice
we'll delve into Jason Smith's childhood psyche when we get back after the 5th end break with Rhyme down by 2. We'll head to the break. Back after this.
USA Curling is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion in sport. Our new Icebreakers program, created and led by Deborah Martin and Dean Gemmel, will promote strategic outreach by clubs to Black, Indigenous, and populations of color that have been underrepresented in curling. By introducing our amazing sport to new groups, we can create lasting connections that will benefit our clubs and the communities around them. You can find more information about Icebreakers in the Diversity and Inclusion section at usacurling.org. Icebreakers. Share the sport, elevate the game.
Hey guys, welcome in down here, our first 5th in break interview of the day. And we got a big one, literally. Jared Allen, 4-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, one of the greatest defensive ends to play in the National Football League, long-time Minnesota Viking. Jared, awesome to have you here this week and this morning, clearly. How's your week been? What's it been like? I know you guys 0-6, but having fun, playing the sport that you are loving.
Absolutely, having a blast. I think being with Team Burr for the first time, and us collectively, this being our first time together, and even for me to be on any sort of permanent curling, dedicated curling ice in 14 months. I can't complain. My whole goal to get here was just to come, get with the guys, start, continue building skills that I was building upon, and it's been a good week. As a team individually, for myself individually growing, and then as a team just getting to know each other and playing better and better, and figuring the small things out. Unfortunately, we thought we'd be having. I didn't think we'd be 0-5 or 0-6 by any means. I thought we'd at least be 500 at worst.
Yeah.
So that sucks, but you take your lumps, and that's what sports is about, right?
Yeah.
You got to find the positives within the negatives, because if you don't, you should just quit.
Real quick, for people who are joining us for the first time, may not have heard exactly. How Jared Allen, former Viking? What's going on here? Tell everybody just real quickly, encapsulate how you got to this point. Kind of started as a joke to go to the Olympics.
Cliff Note version. Yeah, I had a bet with a buddy. He bet that had a golf bet, which turned into I bet I could make the Olympics. I think I watched Eddie the Eagle and was like, if that dude can do it, I can do it.
I love that movie, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and it's all about finding the loopholes. And so we were like goofing around talking about badminton. I was like, or curling, and I chose badminton.
Yep.
And then I was like, man, that looks stressful. And I started reading about curling. I always liked watching curling, during the Olympics. It's a fun sport. And, you go on the curling sites, and it's like most people start about 40. And if you lose, the winners buy you a drink. And I'm like, this is right up my alley. This seems super awesome.
Yeah.
And then, the competitive bug, I love to compete. So the competitive bug got me. It started out with, 4 other NFL players, and then as things do, as you continue to grind and get better and can compete, things shift and change.
Yep.
And COVID hit, and so obviously our team, there wasn't a season this year, and then Todd had called Smitty and asked if him and I would like to play when Hunter and one of the other Hunter went to a different team, and the guys. So kind of got put together, and we're like, yeah, and then COVID hit and everything was shut down, right? So we didn't get to play together. And then we got the invite to nationals, and it was one of those things like that's usually the end of your season, right?
Sure.
When you're in your best shape, and,
Right.
And we were like, you know what? There's nothing to lose. Why don't you come here? Let's just get together and get on some good ice and play. Like I said, it's been a learning process. It's been fun, but that's what brought me here. And then it's the competitive nature. Everything I do, I want to try to be the best at, and so. Just try to put the work in and get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Through your journey in this sport, brief journey, comparatively speaking, obviously to a lot of the athletes on that ice, right now and later, where are you at in this journey that you're on in the sport? I mean, is this where you thought you'd be? Are you ahead? Is this something you say, okay, 4 more years, another 4 after that?
Yeah, I don't have any expectations, to be honest. Just because I didn't know.
Sure.
So I kind of judge it by what I'm told from other people. So I've been receiving a lot of compliments.
Yep.
So that's good. And I think what people realize is like, I think some people you hear, oh, he took a bet, you take this, and some people think like, oh, what in most sports, some people say, what makes someone think they can come in brand new and compete at a level, right? So, from a physical standpoint, learning the technique, learning slides, this, that, and the other, like that's second nature as far as, for myself, just because in football, you constantly have, I've always been a technician.
Yep.
So being able to get my body to do something repeatedly it's okay.
Yep.
From a mental standpoint, I think that's the hardest part is because you can't equate 30 years of knowledge. You can't absorb that in 3 seasons.
Sure.
Right? And so that's where having guys like Jason Smith, Todd Burr, and the curling community as large has been so welcoming. But I think they see that I'm not here to make a joke of it, right? Like,
right.
I put the time in, I put the effort in. I practice on hockey ice because I got no other. We fly to Minnesota and we're putting in, countless hours a week. We'll do 2-3 day training camp deals, and then when I was asked to play with Roonan as an alternate at Kalamazoo, just to get kind of that experience, being able to practice there and get to know those guys. That's where I think you're in the trust of people, and then they start dumping that knowledge on you. That's one thing I tell people. Like the curling community is so cool, just because everybody wants everybody to succeed.
Yeah.
And that's not the nature of the beast where I come from.
It's a dog-eat-dog world in the NFL.
Absolutely. You're taking food off my plate. I'm trying to get more of it. So it's been cool. Like I've been able to work with guys like Colin, Hoffman. That dude is insane. I remember I was in Chaska. I was in Minnesota for something, and I went down to Chaska, and him and Pete Annis, they had just got to practice, and they stayed an extra 2 hours just to. I just wanted to work sweeping, right? I'm like, take advantage of what my body, what the good Lord gave me. I'm big. Let's learn how to sweep, So Colin's been great, and even Schuster, like talking to those guys, and it's been phenomenal. So again, I think that's the long story. Is like I don't really have an expectation.
Sure.
But based on the feedback I get, I think I'm above the curve where people thought I would be.
Yep.
I'm not embarrassing myself out here.
No, absolutely not. I was watching you throw some stones the other day in one of those first few games. I'm like, wow, Jared's come a long way. I mean, you wrapped one around, a center guard. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, those are fun shots.
This is happening, man. He's doing it. And I watched you throw. Some people have asked me away from said, how's your doing? I said, let me just take it back to 2019 in Kalamazoo when you were there as an alternate for Team Roonan. And watching you and Michael Roos throw rocks for hours next door behind us in the club when you guys were not playing, it showed me everything I need to know because you guys kept working, grinding, putting the time that it takes to do this.
And that's the thing, I think, and that's why I love Roos, and it's about, he's a lot like me in the mindset, like when we set to do something, it's like, all right, I want to be the best. And, I always joke, we used to say in football, don't be the guy.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be the guy that screws it up. For me, it's like, okay, no matter what, I don't want to be the guy. And, so that's why, coming here, honestly, a little nerve wracking because I'm like, man, I had 3 weeks to prepare to get here.
Yep.
And, 3 days a week for a couple hours on anybody that's ever played on hockey ice will know that, it doesn't always, one side curls about 17 feet, the other side actually goes up the hill.
Yeah.
And but again, it's going back to fundamentals and going back to, the things that you've been taught and focusing on that, right? Slide delivery. And then, as you learn to adjust and understand the ice and communicate, and Smitty's been invaluable
Sure.
to me since I got to know him. With just that feedback and the honest feedback, so it's been good. It's been fun, and as the week's been going, and that's the fun part about crazy. You get to make some crazy shots. Like you see like a little pushing around. Oh yeah, we get to that. Like,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just throwing blind and blind trust is always the best stuff.
So you mentioned hockey ice. You live in Nashville, and so that's where you live and practice. No dedicated ice right now. Mark Bulger, played on Team All-Pro with you. He's got a facility, hopefully opening the summer.
Hey, I think he's supposed to open this summer. It was actually in the paper the other day that he got all his approvals, and so I think this summer it opens up. And so when I get back we spend our summers out in Lake Tahoe, and we got some dedicated ice out there, which would be nice. So that's always fun. I can go play golf, curl, and surf, and wakeboard or wake surf, ski all in the same day.
Well, man, there's so much more I could ask you. We obviously don't have the time. You're going to get ready and take on Team Brundage here at noon, and then Team Dunham tonight at 8 p.m. But we're pulling for you to get that first win.
Oh, we got to get it. You know what? I always even when we were doing the All Pro, when we had the All Pro team, we always played Brundage tight. Yeah. So I'm hoping that continues. Although he's been playing good, Dunham team's been playing good. Everybody's been having some good. We had a couple. Hey, we had one of Todd's rock picked hard last night. That kind of put a wrench. But again, came down to the last shot. We had a chance to win.
Right.
And that's kind of the nature of the beast. You can throw good shots and still lose. That's what makes this game so fun. Right? It's like chess on ice.
Right. So you were telling me coming from the airport the other night when I picked you up. You're like, you could just see how much fun you were having talking about practicing, getting ready. But then watching you out here, it has been a lot of fun, and to see how much fun you're having playing with Todd Burr and throwing second stones for them.
Absolutely. And I think that's for me. It's not an ego thing, right? Like I don't care where I play. I just want to win.
Right.
And I actually enjoy learning new positions, and understanding that. And it's second's a blast. And I was skipping our team originally. That was a mental nightmare at some point. But then playing third with Smitty is fun because you get a whole litany of shots, right?
Right.
And then playing second, you get a little more consistency, so it allows you to focus in on that.
Yep.
And then it takes the stress off because
Really,
people are only going to watch the last 4 stones anyway.
Well, good luck this afternoon. Want to say happy anniversary to you and your wife, Amy.
Yes, 11 years tomorrow.
Yep, big one this weekend. So I know you're going to get home and celebrate with her before you head off to Tahoe for the summer. And when most people are taking the summer off in our sport, you're going to be throwing a lot of stones. But good luck this afternoon. Can't wait to see you again. And thanks for the time, Jared.
Oh, I absolutely appreciate it. Anytime.
All right, back over to you guys.
Thanks, Price. Jason, I noticed Jared was trying to make up for all that childhood trauma. Awfully positive about the influence you've had on him.
So, from my perspective, it's obviously we curl with people that have curled for a long time. We forget that joy
we gotta
of
come to it.
this game and like why we fell in love with this game, right? So seeing that in him and seeing that competitiveness, brings me back to that time why I fell in love with curling and why I continue to play and grind and want to compete. So
set up a two pretty quick.
It's amazing and it's fun to watch, and he's getting real good. And I'm not saying that as a nice
to
person
come
to
draw.
beginner curler saying you're doing really well, patting him on the back. No, he's come a long way and he deserves to be here, and he is competing right next to everyone, and it's amazing to see.
Here in the sixth end, Christine McMakin trying to bounce back from the 3 that she gave up. Her team gave up in the fifth end to give back a bit of that 5-0 lead they'd built. She does have one buried behind the corner. Jenna Bercheski just made a great shot before this one to clear the front.
This needs to hit the brakes.
Okay.
I think one of the things Jared points out there is the knowledge that doesn't come in 2 years of curling. I think that is a steep hill to climb for anyone who starts later.
I did that too. It's okay. You like your?
I think that's It's a little, it's just there's athleticism involved in the game, and then there's certainly the ability to think your way through a game, not just as a skip calling shots, but all the other things you have to do in any position, thinking through a curling game that needs to get ingrained into you, so you can react and act instinctively when you're on the ice versus having to really think about things.
Yeah, I think there's situations that we naturally develop. Like the like more shooting. Like, okay, I know if I wreck this guard, I know if I'm a little light here, it's okay. And we don't really talk about it much because
15-6. Maya, you have to
in
go.
our head
Maya,
we know.
you gotta go. Both of you go.
And now relaying that information to Jared, like, oh, hey, if you're a little short here, if you bump that one a little bit, if you wreck a guard, that's okay. Is probably good for teams to do.
Kind of works the other way around too. Let's say, Jason, you can throw a perfect spiral. That doesn't necessarily give you the knowledge and experience that Peyton Manning has at quarterback.
True enough. I mean, that's I personally, I think our game's not an easy one to pick up late in life. I think it's. I hope people do, and I want to encourage them. But it's tough to get to this level. But I like it when. I'd love to see more people picking it up as a sport as they get older, even if they've never played before. Certainly, I'll put my director of curling development hat on for a moment, and something I said the other night is the great thing about curling is I think it's easier than golf to get to be a competent curler and to play well and enjoy it, and then I'd say it's just as hard as golf to get to be a very elite player. So. You can play golf for a lot of years and not be really struggle, never get good at it. Curling, you're going to find your way to competent in curling.
Hopefully.
But then when you watch a player like some of our young players like out here, or you watch Team Dropkin or some of our Team Dunham, Team Ruinen, these teams that are doing well this week, that's another level that's not easy to reach.
Theoretically. Okay,
I think our country is in a good spot. Obviously, we have Team Schuster right now, who's kind of leading the pack, and then you have the young bucks or like Richie's team, shortly behind. But right behind them, we got that probably a 10-year gap where it's there's teams that are coming and they're working hard. You hope that they stick with it and keep going and keep getting better and better. And obviously life changes and things like that affect that, but as a whole, on both the men's and the women's side, the level of talent is amazing, and it's getting better and better.
Okay.
I think you can look at the men's standings and see that the gap between the young teams and the more experienced teams is closing.
Well, it's closing because some of the younger teams are getting more experience, right? But yeah, absolutely.
Or you got that real old team at the bottom there.
Or you look at a team like Team Persinger, which is a bunch of veterans come together, and they're going to be in the mix. Craig Brown is going to think his way through a lot of games and do well. And so, to me, it's a combination of.
These kids are fearless. They're not afraid to play anyone. As probably I was back then, but not for the same reasons. It was just stupidity on my part. I didn't really have the skill to back it up.
I was just 11. Just 11. Okay. Yeah, right there.
Confidence goes a long way.
That's close.
Definitely.
Hold it really good on this line.
Christine McMakin with a chance to get a deuce back here. She has a open hit to lie 2. She could get aggressive with the roll here if she wanted. She's
I think you guys really hold it on this line. We want to flap Jenna's way.
Probably not worth it. I would say just nose it. If you make a good roll here, Kim's probably just going to freeze around that other corner. A shot they've already played this end, and that could kill your end.
Yeah, I mean, I think 2 would be a good bounce back here for them, so they want to make sure they get the 2.
11. Heels up.
Whoa.
Of course, if they make this
there
hit
it goes.
and roll,
straight.
They will force Kim Rime to make a bit of a decision, which isn't a bad thing either.
No roll. No roll. Roll.
Roll.
Okay.
So, no double available. Rime gonna have to choose this hit, I guess, is what she's going with.
If they roll another half rock, then she has a choice to make, right? So I kind of would have liked to roll another half rock. No, there are freezes, but they're not easy, especially going out to the wing here. That said, Kim Ryan will try to remove this yellow stone and roll in to be shot and force Christine McMakin to make some sort of open hit to score 2. Kim Ryan tackling this with the in-turn. Focused.
No.
Room out of her hand.
Curl.
Uh-oh, they're calling for the curl early.
She's got a long way to go.
She has a good chance for a piece, though. No.
Sorry.
So all week I've been talking, Jason, about how it's easy to get that in-turn started in that spot in the ice. And I think since I've started talking about that, Joe, we've seen about 4 people flash on the high side.
That was a lot of weight
Yeah.
there. I mean, really took the sweepers out of play.
So for Rhyme, disappointing 6th then. They do a lot of work. They get a bit of a break, frankly, and 5 to score 3, get back in the game, and it looks like they're going to hand the 3 right back to Team McMakin.
Yeah, that inside-out hit, it's tough to, get because like you said, most people are rolling that in. So when you're in the hack, you're telling yourself, okay, I don't want to dump this in and hit that guard, and just happen to either overthrow it a little bit or set it back or a combination of both.
I feel a little heavy.
You get results like that.
I think Joe's right. I think a lot had to do with the weight because it looked like a pretty good throw, to be honest, out of her hand.
Just a quick scoreboard update. Strauss got a steal of 1 against Sinclair, now trails 6-3.
15.
Tied over there on sheet 5 between Bear and Christensen at 3.
Can we get a red zone update over there? How are things in the red zone?
Toasty. It's warm back here, which isn't so bad.
Okay. Team McMakin's rock settled into the back of the forefoot.
So they're going to take 3 here, and in the 7th end, they're going to take an 8-3 lead. We'll be back with that right after this.
I don't think there's really one moment that starts a comeback. We have the ability to overcome anything as long as we're surrounded by the right people.
I need a good group of people to trust to work on my body.
I'll be back and I'll be stronger than ever.
I go, who are you? He goes, I'm the guy that's going to save your life.
Comebacks imply returning to where you once were. I want to go where I've never been.
So we're back and we're going to go side by side here, Sinclair and Strauss, and just saw Sinclair try to make a hit and it just nuzzled one over.
Halfway.
Line's good.
Tight. Maybe a 4.
Get
So,
it in.
We can get it. Yeah.
Jason Smith stepping out here. Jared Allen taking over the headset next to me. Hi, Jared.
Welcome.
Oh, appreciate it.
15-1.
Do I have to have this mask on while I'm speaking?
No, you can take it off in the booth here.
Nice
Otherwise, it sounds like I'm on a submarine.
I think
Yes, that's why I take mine off.
Yeah.
So great to hear about this new facility plan for Nashville, Jared. I'm the director of curling development for USA Curling, so that's exciting.
Yeah, you know what? I think I read in the paper, or people were texting me that Bolger's place is going to open up this summer, I think. So hopefully we have some dedicated ice, and it'll be nice.
And I think the plans are initially for that to be a 3-sheet facility for curling.
Yes, so 3 sheets, and they got some bowling alleys and stuff like that. I think it's like a like a pinstripes on steroids, and but yeah, it's should be fun, and again, as long as you can have some dedicated ice year round, you can really take the game to the next level.
Yeah, and it's great to see some different models for curling. I'd love to see some more private enterprise for-profit facilities. As much as I love all our legacy clubs or volunteer run member-owned clubs, I love that's the kind of club I belong to. I think there's room for all different models in curling and an opportunity. However we can get more dedicated facilities built, I'm all for.
Yeah, and I think that's how you open the curling up to the masses, right? You present it as a very fun, family-friendly event and educate people, and And you never know. It sticks, and people want to take up the sport, and that's how you continue to grow it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's exciting too. We've got news from Nashville here. I've been talking to the group out in Southern California, outside of Los Angeles. They're opening in just a few weeks here.
What about
we've
just
got
like hack
rinks
weight?
now, of course, in
Try and get a little roll.
Raleigh,
Just
Durham,
move
and
these
Charlotte,
back
and
around.
Atlanta, and Phoenix, and
I just wanna
Portland.
keep our
A lot of
shooter.
places where we haven't had curling in the past, so it's all exciting. Talking to guys from Sioux Falls, South Dakota last week who are going to be part of a major development there, and curling should be part in the mix with that. So
I feel like that should have already been going for a while, though. That's like one of the coldest places on earth in the winter. Just out on the prairies.
Yeah.
Bring it back to the old days. Instead of flooding the locks, just flood the cornfields and just start banging rocks down the sheets.
Every once in a while, I look at the map of facilities in the United States, and there are a few pockets like that. You're like, how come they didn't start curling here? Pockets of Michigan like that. We've got clubs in Michigan and Kalamazoo and Midland and Detroit and up north, but there's a lot of spots there where I think we could have more. And also Leelanau Peninsula, there's a curling facility.
Curl if you can.
Talked to him the other day, David Gersonson, so shout out to David. If he's watching, I know he's a big curling fan.
New facility planned down in Texas as well.
Austin, Texas, yes, where they're hoping to have dedicated ice. Boy, really, as we discuss that, it sounds terrific.
I'm a big fan of more metropolitan cities opening up clubs, so you don't have to take 16 planes to get to a curling event.
As a guy who lives in the tri-state area in New York City, I'm right with you there. So
it's often a debate: am I going to fly, drive, or hitchhike? Whichever's one's fastest.
That said, I do love an event. Curling event in a small town is a whole lot of fun when you get to a small town. They pack into the club and you get all that kind of action. But I think a mix of both will serve the sport well. That's for sure.
Yeah, running even more than mine.
It's fun to go to Minnesota. The Chaska Club down there is awesome, and
push.
we'll see if we can't convince the Vikings Lake project to build out a cool permanent club there. That'd be fun too.
Yeah, that's exciting. So.
Okay. That's fine.
So as we look here, seventh end action. Kim Rhyme chasing again, down 8-3. Had gone into the break with a bit of momentum, but unfortunately for her team, handed it back, and now they're going to need these rocks in play.
Yeah, yours just glided.
Then over on sheet 4, Jamie Sinclair and team have been talking this shot over for quite some time. Strauss has them in a bit of a pickle.
This is Jamie's last rock, up 6-3. I think she'd.
See, this is why I don't skip, because as they're talking strategy, at some point I just go to throw it really hard.
Little correction here. It's actually Jamie's first stone. She has last rock in this end. Yeah, when in doubt, throw peel, Jason. That's a little bit of knowledge for you.
Hasn't been a problem that can't be solved with more weight.
Yeah, which actually isn't even true, but it sounds good. You can actually create a lot of problems with too much weight at times.
I'm so sorry, Kim. I was standing way too close behind you.
Such a polite sport.
I will say Christine McMakin is probably one of the most polite skips I've heard to her own team and opponents.
Yep, right back to center.
Yeah, that's probably the toughest thing I had to
wanna
learn
come
is
this
that I'm
way?
not allowed to trash talk. The whole in spirit of curling deal. You're not allowed to hit anybody or trash talk on the ice. And it really that's a huge part of my game.
Yeah, the lack of hitting, is
that's an important part, I think. The lack of hitting.
I will say there's a competitive nature, though, to curling, and certainly as you play more at the high levels, there are players you don't particularly enjoy losing to, at least, and some you enjoy playing against more than others. Most curlers I always enjoy playing against, but I will say that when I was playing, there were a few that certainly brought my game and intensity up a little bit.
Yeah, we were actually discussing that yesterday. Todd Burr was telling me,
how much he didn't like playing against me.
Yeah, he witnessed some fist fights, amongst teammates on the ice. And I was like, he said the sport is a lot more civil than it used to be back in the day.
Yeah, it's interesting that often among teammates, if there's going to be a fight breakout, not really with the opposition too much, but. So we continue to look here in the seventh end, 8-3, McMakin Strauss. This is Kate Flannery, McMakin Strauss, McMakin Rhyme. My first screw up of the day, Joe. Log that, please.
Noted.
Noted. Bill Stopera with a text probably immediately from that.
So Sinclair's attempt, I think it was a tap attempt, came up a little light. Strauss sitting 1-2 still. On sheet 4.
Jamie Sinclair has last rock in the end, but certainly hasn't gone according to plan for them.
I've got
A fifth? Hack then. Rolling on's fine.
So if I'm going to analyze this end, I think Kim Ryan might have been well served to keep as many rocks in play here as she can, down 8-3, playing the 7th end. You know, Jared, we always say if you're going to lose, you may as well, once you're down, you may as well lose by a big fistful rather than trying to just lose by 1 or 2.
Yeah, right?
Go all in here.
Guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
Close.
I would rather lose, just get blown out than lose by last shot by an inch or something like that.
Hard.
Yeah, I think they're both painful, both dispiriting.
Gotta go.
Well, at least if you get blown out, you can like pretend it was like, oh, we did something. You know what I mean?
Pocket. Okay.
You can
Jackie,
usually
nice
talk
throw.
those ones away. When you lose barely, you're like, well, we just weren't that good.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, of course, it comes down to 1 or 2 mistakes at the high levels, but it's interesting you were saying that curlers are very gracious in showing you, helping you out with your game and everything else. I will say that I think if you continue to improve, you're going to reach a level where they will not be as accommodating.
And 11
Well, it's fine. Well, if you get to that level, then you've achieved what you're trying to achieve.
You'll know if you're a threat if they're suddenly less helpful. That'll be the best way, I think, to gauge your development. If they're less helpful, that's the most honest assessment of your game.
And I like to be able to, have some games. I'm just wondering when, like, the whole, oh, I'm new to this wears off, when I can, still do some things gamesmanship-wise on the ice and get away with it.
As soon as you start to be a threat and they're, like, worried about you taking a spot from them, for sure, then that's going to happen. So
last rock coming here over sheet 4.
Curling hard, this could be big trouble.
We're on sheet 4.
Oh, sheet 4 last rock, Jamie Sinclair. This rock was big trouble, though, over curling.
Delaney Strauss hogged her guard, so gives Jamie a chance to draw to the 4-foot.
Ooh, she's drawing against 2. I think she's just playing the hit up 6-3. She's going to play the hit and try to roll in. I don't know if she's going to be able to get the roll she needs to score 1.
Nope.
But not unhappy to give up 1 there in an end that looked like it went awry for her. She'll be up 6-4 playing the 8th end.
Yeah. I think this one's the more
unfortunate
dangerous
hogged
one
rock.
because it's the better guard.
I think you're right.
Do you like this way?
Yeah.
I prefer the
Christine here, I think, making the right call. She was thinking about maybe making some sort of double peel, but
Correct.
this rock is the more dangerous one.
Yeah, that other guard on the left side, as we're looking at it, is a little bit high, but she peels this. You could also end up, if you're not careful, running
So
into
up
the
5
back
to
here.
7, just starting to try to run them out of rocks every end, aren't you?
That's true, Jared. Yeah.
Hard gotta go, hard gotta go.
100%.
Go.
She needs to like to get this right out of play.
I like to call these Visine shots. You get the red out.
Nice. Good throw, Jackie. That's great.
Bump.
Yeah, I like that now.
So now they will draw around their own corner guard. They have room considering the other rocks are all in the 12-foot. They can bury this partially in the 8-foot. Libby Brundage playing 3rd or vice for Team Kim Ryan. So do you think Mark Bulger, Jared, will he continue to play now that he has a business, or does he?
I don't know. I think this year was a little
weird
tricky
one, right?
with COVID, no season, nothing like that to continue. Being able to play together, like I said, and then Smitty and I had the opportunity to join Team Burr with everything that happened. So we'll see. I think once we kind of get back in. Life gets back to normal, we can reassess it and
if we get the
see. But
guard
I
roll over here,
I would like to
fine.
assume that you wouldn't build a curling facility and not curl. That to me seems a little bit redundant.
Pure investment opportunity.
Yes.
That same
I will be
back
taking
weight
full
that
advantage of
Jackie
the curling facility. Let's put it that way.
Like again, if we get the guard, that's cool. Just roll the shooter on. If we nose it, that's fine.
So I do have to say, one of the hardest things for me to learn was quitting.
Oh, this
like
handle
it's polite
is
to
broken.
quit in this sport.
It's fine.
It is, and it is actually polite, and I'll tell you why. Yeah. Well, if you're down a whole bunch of points and you think you're going to come back, it's disrespectful to your opponent because you're essentially saying, "I still think you're so bad that I can come back on you."
Yeah,
that's why it is.
I look at it as I want to wear that person out because now I don't want them to win any other games.
Yeah. Well.
It's doubly worse because they built that lead on you in the first place, Dean.
Yeah, exactly. It's all and there's a mathematical limit. You can't, you only have so many points available in a curling game. If you're playing baseball, you could have a 9-run inning.
Yeah.
Really good.
So that's
Not
one.
gonna lie, there's been a couple games in football where I would have loved to have shook hands about halftime and caught the early flight home.
Yeah. I mean, it is a thing for people to wrap their heads around. But the longer you play, the more you realize how much sense it makes.
Well, I had a rule. When we first got in, I was like, I had to ask. I was like, is it mandatory? And they're like, no. I was like, okay, our rule is never quit. So I'm sure the first handful of teams that ever played us hated us.
Right.
We're playing 6. Heck, I might play 8, 10. I don't care what the limit is. I'm gonna keep playing.
At some point, they were like, "You are mathematically eliminated at this point."
And it's not a mystery that I'm bigger than most curlers. Right. And so a lot of times, I tell people, you're more than welcome to leave the ice. I'm just gonna stay out here and throw rocks.
Jared, no one was willing to say no. They look at you and they say, "Sure, we'll play a few more."
I took full advantage of it.
Another reason you don't want to keep somebody out in the ice, though, past, if you play them again, they're probably going to be, I know I'd be fired up if someone kept me out on the ice longer than we should have been. The next time I played them, I would have come out even really focused. So that's funny, though. Nobody's taking you up on challenging your offer. You definitely are the biggest guy out here, so.
So Rhyme doesn't have much here. Try to manufacture a skip's deuce.
Yep, she's going to freeze here, I think. And I would expect that if she freezes, Christine McMakin will blast and not have to worry about losing her shooter.
Curl only.
I like to be on this side, so you might bring those other two into play. And
Gotta curl. Whoa, gotta curl.
I think on the corner on this side might not be bad.
Hard curl now. Right to, no, whoa.
Looks like it would.
Sorry.
Well,
I think if you knows it,
Pick it through that pole.
pretty close, yeah. It shouldn't catch on that other one. You probably want to hit it about as
play the double, that's
maybe
fine.
a hair
It's
thinner
going
than you,
underneath anyway. Okay.
just to be absolutely sure.
Just peel, Jackie.
Heel, it's good.
Okay.
So I think Christine McMakin ideally hits about a quarter of a rock and picks
Peel,
this.
wait. We're gonna try and pick it clean, but if we double it off, that's fine too.
Yeah, make sure you get rid of it. As soon as you're on this rock, though, that you can keep sweeping it for line, hold the line, pick it out. So the red stone should exit the rings here. I don't think it will jam.
That's always been the cool part about this sport, the angles, right? Like just what you think could be something good, and then
Hard, you got it.
you hit a little part of a
really good.
rock
Hard.
and it just completely shoots another direction.
So they're on it, should go easily. There it is, saved even the back one.
So Rhyme going to have a draw to the forefoot to pick up a single here in the 7th.
So Kim Rhyme, disappointing morning so far for them, if we're honest about it. They came out 2-2, hoping to put some distance between themselves and Christine McMakin, who came into this at 1-3, and the net result will be two teams at 2-3, I think. Unless they're like Jared Allen, they're going to stay out here for a lot longer.
What's the courtesy level here?
There's no quit. If it's 8-4 and after 7, I don't think there's any expectation that you quit. That's for sure.
Especially when you already got a triple on them at one point. Yeah.
Yeah. If it is.
But you also gave up a triple, so you can play that.
If it is, she does need to make this. 11-3 after 7 is definitely, I think, time for handshakes. This looks pretty good. Kim is a good draw curler.
Backing, curl only.
Needs to curl.
Never inside, curl only, 14-8.
14-8's close-ish. Should be all right.
Yep, there it goes.
Weight comes off as it starts to curl.
One red, yeah.
So Rhyme picks up her single here in the 7th. Then she's going to take a 4-point deficit into the 8th when we come back right after this.
It's not what it used to be.
It's not just a couple guys we have to look out for.
It's everyone.
They're all great.
So it's not just about how good we can get as individuals.
It's about how good we can be together.
To find the right person for each position.
And the right tool for every job. It's more than a winning combination.
It's a solution.
Gold Line.
The choice of champions.
And we're back here, 8th end. We're gonna send it over to Price Atkinson for a price check. Price, take it away. Oh, don't take it away. Now take it away.
All right, guys, thanks. You know, everybody watching at home is supporting USA Curling and certainly our 12th End Sports Network live stream right now by supporting the athletes, coaches that are on the ice. But you can do more than that, as you can step up and help donate to USA Curling and support the athletes, coaches, the association, and junior curlers in a myriad of ways at usacurling.org/donate. USCA Board Chairwoman Courtney Schmidt joined me on the 5th End break the other night to talk about the Granite Society, something that Jennifer Stannard shepherds and is the caretaker of and promotes relentlessly. It's a high dollar donation, starts at $1,000 and it goes up from there. The Chris Moore Legacy Fund helps junior curlers travel around the country and certainly around Canada for junior events, and also the Bev Schroeder Junior Curler College Fund that goes to assist junior curlers working to achieve their academic goals while still pursuing their curling dreams. So there are many different ways that you can get involved in donating to USA Curling, and then also just a general donation that you can make of any dollar that you choose. That your gift is tax deductible, and you can do that again at usacurling.org/donate. That money goes to help our athletes, coaches, clubs, membership, all kinds of different things surrounding USA Curling, and we couldn't do it without so many people supporting us, not just here, but from home. So we'll send it back over to you guys for the rest of our game between McMakin and Team Rhyme.
Thanks so much, Price.
Thank you, Price. Myriad of ways to support USA Curling financially there. I think it's, some people might ask, well, why should I support USA Curling? Well, it is the national body promoting the sport, working on the sport in the United States. I think if you love your game, you consider supporting it in some way. USA Curling wants nothing but healthy, growing curling facilities in as many places as possible.
All you guys, tier better,
that's certainly the goal. And running through those list of new facilities we just rattled off there, Joe, new facilities and potential new facilities. I'm excited about some of the new developments that are underway.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's nice to see curling getting off the ground in some major cities. I know you've been spending a lot of time trying to get something off the ground in New York City. It's good to see some progress being made, maybe not necessarily in the initial project, but in some other projects that are happening out that way.
Yeah, there's a project group in Brooklyn that's trying to make curling a permanent curling facility in Brooklyn a reality. So if you look up Brooklyn Curling, you'll find them online and learn more about that plan. So it's a lot going on, and as I said earlier, I love going into a legacy, as I call them, legacy clubs, but a club like St. Paul, for instance. I know you love those kind of clubs too, Smitty.
I do, yes.
But I also love going into a brand new facility in a market that hasn't seen curling before. So I think there's room for all these types of venues in our game.
I did a little bit of research on clubs that opened during COVID. A lot of them were our new facilities. Places that had been open, maybe less than 10 years. And it was good because I think it provided a model for something like this to take place.
Dribble might be there if you hit this really thin.
Things were working. USA Curling, put out some guidelines for play. And a lot of them are in place right now.
Yeah, I think that was, an individual club-by-club decision to make, whether it made sense for your facility to open or not. Certainly, some clubs operated successfully, so good for them that we're able to make it work, let people get out on the ice. For others, it was a wiser decision to not have curling this season, as much as most of us miss it.
Clip the one in the house, too, going by.
Okay, tight.
So 8-4, Christine McMakin over Kim Ryan playing the 8th end. Christine McMakin really just needs Jason, I think, to make sure she scores here in this end.
I think that's the goal for the end, is to score. Definitely keep it as simple as possible. Few as rocks as possible in play.
Yeah. Team Rhyme second, Kate Flannery.
That's good.
So Christensen picks up a 3 in the 7th end, now up 6-3 on Team Bear.
Yes. 2, 3. Yes.
2.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
2.
Yes. Hard. Yep. Go. Get it past. Gotta be far.
And get this one past those guards.
Good sleep, guys.
7/8 this side.
Which turn is this?
Out.
Okay, we're gonna cross it.
You know, you talked before, Dean, about what might happen if McMakin can seal this victory against Rhyme in terms of the standings.
Yeah,
You know, if things sort of hold the way they are right now. There is a pretty good logjam for that third playoff spot. Madison Bear would be 2-2. I think all alone in third place.
I had a 45.
Top 8's good.
So you're telling me, Joe, there's a chance of more
Top
games
8.
for us to cover.
It looks that way.
Top 8.
Which I love curling. This is our what is this, our third 4-game day?
It is.
Yeah.
Looking at maybe at least one more. But no one would have more than 3 losses. And so it means everybody'd still be alive.
So nothing resolved after round robin play.
Let's do it again. Let's just run it back.
Top 8, guys.
That might be the case.
Top 8.
The only year I ever skipped in the U.S. Nationals, we finished 4-5 and got into tiebreakers, which felt dirty, to be honest.
Straight. Yep.
I should point out earlier I was
hard,
mentioning
go hard.
my team's 2012 undefeated record. Jason Smith here next to me got a text from John Gordon to say that in 91?
No, 96.
96, they were 16-0 at Nationals.
Right there.
Wow.
Like a
So
third.
your record was broken before you even had it.
I don't know what kind of format they were playing there, so I'm going to throw this back at John, that we were also 9-0 in the regional playdown that year, so I'm really laying it on thick here now. But, yeah, so here we go. Christine McMakin trying to clean up this center.
That's before my time. Did you guys? Was there even a free guard zone in '96, or is that?
I wasn't playing in '96 in the U.S. men's.
Whoa.
We'll let John text you back with some.
What, 91? 91, I think, was the free guard zone.
Jackie, really good.
I don't know that stat.
I think after that,
Actually,
yeah,
did have to go
91
on
was
it
the
a
year
little
that people started. That was when people were shouting "boring" during games.
There's your free guard zone for people who don't know.
Hit that pinner even.
So if a rock is in that area, an opponent's rock, one of the first 5, if you're not used to watching curling, it can't be removed from play.
Her hit a third assessment was not accurate.
Line's a little tight.
What are your thoughts on the 5 rock
Yes, for
free guard zone, Dean?
I like it. I think, I was talking to USA Curling CEO Jeff Plush, comes from other sports. I think all sports have to evolve as players get better, conditions improve. Let's see if they get this by. It's really close. Just rubbed.
Okay.
Yeah, but, I think all sports, as players, athletes continue to get better. They train smarter. They become better, so we have to
11.
adapt.
11.
I mean, before the
10-5.
free guard zone,
Yeah, it seems like
sure,
a
there
long
were
way to
teams
roll.
that could peel out
Okay,
games,
10-5.
but, they didn't peel with the
Peeling
ease
it right out is
that top
fine.
players peel with now. It was still, and not every team could do that. Now you see, I watched Ben Richardson on Luke Violette's team last night, and I feel like watching him throw, I figure he missed a peel last time about in 2015 or something.
Yep.
So a lot of good peelers, so we have to evolve. I think there's maybe some other rules to look at to evolve. Any other rules you'd like to see different, Jason?
Yes.
I think they should have kept the 4 rock and got rid of ticks.
That's a fair point.
Any rock touching the center line, you're not
really
allowed
good,
to tick.
Jackie.
I think that would have opened the game up for more steals. These leads and everyone are getting so good that it's the percentages to steal one in the last end are just dropping and dropping.
I'd agree with you on the tick shot. It's still great if you're playing lead and you make 2 of those. That's exciting. But for fans, I think maybe one thing that I've heard discussed, instead of, if it's you could have a zone that you couldn't move the rock out of, 4-foot lines.
It's true. Yeah.
The other thing, if you did that, right, or if you did your idea where if it's touching the center line, you can't even move it. The other thing that would be great about that is then that first rock you have to make sure you touch the center line. So that becomes an exciting shot.
It does, yeah. One positive about the 5 rock though is more offense.
Yeah,
I mean, to get a 3 is a lot easier than it used to be.
Line's good.
And it definitely is good for the team with hammer.
So Kim trying to bury one here around the corner without hammer.
Line looks pretty good.
You can, curl.
Whoa. Sorry, I shouldn't have had you guys jump on it. I was. Damn. That's okay.
Needs to
We'll
settle.
stick around. I think it's going to hang around in time. Stop in time.
Shot rock, that's important.
Just watch her throw
I think we may be losing Jason and Jared after this end. They have a 12 o'clock game to get ready for. So we'll just rehash your junior coach story ourselves, Jason, after you leave.
Really good.
And
we didn't have time to put him on a couch and kind of work through all this.
And I'll continue to make the case that another good reason to be a USA Curling member is the safe sport guidelines that we have in place that are critical.
So a final over on sheet 5, Christensen defeats Madison Bear 8-3. That's going to drop Bear to 2-2. Christensen up to 3-1.
So Christine McMakin with her first in the 8th end is trying this draw. Probably would be happier if she wasn't drawing up 8-4, but still has a whole lot of room on her last one.
Yep.
It's a good practice draw.
Yep. Hard.
Yeah.
Hard. It's got to be there. Line is really good.
I think the weight is there if they get by.
Are we coming down to it?
Just going to want to make sure they hold the line so they stay shot rock.
Yeah.
Pretty good rock.
Okay. That's okay.
That's okay. No worries, guys.
14-9.
Okay.
So Kim's best bet now, try to shrink the scoring area down.
Yeah, I think so.
Inch more? Yeah, that's an inch more. Okay.
Force Christine to draw at least full 8 foot and a bit.
I think she's looking to just bury one under there, be shot rock, not necessarily be to the back one, but obviously you do have that backing if you are a little heavy.
She doesn't need to be frozen. That would be better if she's not.
Sinclair took 1 in the 8th, now up 7-4 on Strauss.
We've seen Sinclair get out mainly to early leads. She certainly did that against Christensen in the game of the 2 favorites and won easily, but I've also seen them sort of let teams linger around a little bit more than maybe they would like, but they look like they're off to a good start in the end. We're just looking over at.
Clean. Yes. 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 Yes, line.
Can't wreck on the guard. The guard's coming up fast, but I think she's going to get by.
Hard here. Hard. 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 Yes.
Full 8.
Yes.
I think they're worried about holding the line so they stay shot rock. Yeah. So
probably could have made that one, sweep that to curl a little bit more.
Try and tap it, or could just draw for 1. I think we could just play the same line. If I tap it enough for 2, that's cool. If not, I think just there. So just a hair less.
what do you think here, Jason? What would go through your mind as you face this shot?
I think I want to score. That's number 1. 9 up 5. 2 ends of play is pretty good. I wouldn't be going.
Enough that we can tap
I don't think there's really a point in getting 2 here. 2, I guess, then you may get the other team to shake possibly.
Yeah.
That'd be about the benefit of making a shot for 2.
Okay.
But really don't need the 2,
good.
so
yeah, I'm just gonna throw
don't need the tap.
and we can sweep
there
for
you
the
go.
tap.
I like it.
I think Jason came from the Wayne Anderson School of curling.
Of course,
don't give up a steal.
If you were playing Jared Allen, you wouldn't be quitting no matter what here.
That's right.
You wouldn't even be thinking a 2 might make him quit.
Jeddah, rock. Jeddah. Push it. Hard, Jenna.
Hard, Jen. There goes.
Jared saying that he learned quickly that quitting was beneficial to the team that quits as well.
Switch.
Switching to try to hold the line. It should be okay, I think.
Good.
Might be the 2.
Oh,
and
great
it
shot
is for 2.
Just like I said, play for 2. You need the deuce there.
Let's see if we.
Is it 2?
10-4.
See if we get handshakes.
No idea what was going on.
Thanks for having me, guys. I do have to take off.
See you,
Appreciate it.
Jason. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jared, for your time this morning.
Good luck in your 12 p.m. game.
Thank you so much. We will talk to you guys later.
So we're going to head to the break. 10-4. We'll see if they decide to keep playing right after this.
USA Curling is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion in sport. Our new Icebreakers program, created and led by Deborah Martin and Dean Gemmel, will promote strategic outreach by clubs to Black, Indigenous, and populations of color that have been underrepresented in curling. By introducing our amazing sport to new groups, we can create lasting connections that will benefit our clubs and the communities around them. You can find more information about Icebreakers in the Diversity and Inclusion section at usacurling.org. Icebreakers. Share the sport, elevate the game.
So we're back here. We're going to switch our focus over to Sinclair Strauss as the feature matchup between Kim Rime and Christine McMakin has ended as a 10-4 victory for Christine McMakin. We're going to send it over to Price Atkinson, who's got Christine McMakin. Price, you ready for us, buddy? Apparently not. There we go. All right, Price, take it away.
All right, thanks, Joe. Christine, 10-4 winner over Team Rime. Get that second win.
Yep.
Smile, relief, exhale.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a tough week for us. You know, this is our first time all together, all 5 of us. So kind of just been figuring things out as a team, and yeah.
And you guys are doing like several of the teams here that have a 5th, where you're just kind of rotating somebody in and out every game. Just when you haven't played, you haven't practiced, you know, just giving everybody a shot while you're here.
For sure. So part of it is like finding the lineup that works. Like I said, you know, we haven't had any practices all together, like all 5 of us as a team. So finding the lineups that we really like, and then in addition, you know, getting everyone on the ice, like you said, really. Yeah.
So how's the next few months going to be for you guys? Because it's been, you know, we've been in the middle of a pandemic. You know, some places have had ice, some haven't. You know, I'm thinking North Dakota, you guys have had a pretty good amount of ice, at least in North Dakota, but in some of the cities. But, you know, getting ready for a season that's going to be here very quickly and going to start probably a little bit earlier with trials and all that's, you know, on the horizon.
Right. So, yeah, we've already started looking to next season as a team, just making sure that we're prepared for the events in September or August or, you know, the trials in the fall. It was tough this year because, like, our alternate Nicole didn't have any ice at all. And I lost ice for about a month in Fargo due to the pandemic. But, you know, just working on this summer, making sure that we're getting to Chaska as frequently as we can in the summertime. I know that they're going to be losing their ice for like a month, I think, in the June-ish time frame. So, yeah, and I mean, Jenna's going to be playing with Ben, too, for mixed doubles, so she's going to be wanting to get on the ice a lot, too, and I'm going to be playing with Riley for mixed doubles, so trying to get on the ice there as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a active curling summer for a lot of folks, just considering everything that's gone on. But again, Christine, 10-4 winner over Team Rime. Congratulations. We'll see you here a little bit later tonight.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Price. Thanks, Christine. We're actually expecting Christine to be in the booth for our 12 p.m. matchup. That's going to be between Corbett and Dunham. We've got 3 more draws today, Dean. You ready for that?
I am, Joe. I'm putting my feet up right now for the moment, though. But, yeah, generally stand through most games. But, yeah, we'll look forward to the rest of the matchups. I love to watch curling as much as anybody, so I'll watch it all day. And,
You like talking about it, too, so this works out perfect for you.
Yeah, and continue to jumble names as the day goes on. So far, I've got one jumbler. I don't know. We'll see what goes. Here is Jamie Sinclair up 7-4, playing Delaney Strauss. Looks like Jamie's hitting to possibly lie 3.
Hard. All the way.
Like I said, at noon we got Corbett Dunham, 4 Sinclair Bear, and then 8 p.m. Dropkin Ruinin. Big game tonight.
Just cleaning this up. Now she'd like to choke this corner off.
Great shot.
Pretty good spot because now Delaney can't get behind that corner guard, I don't think. And, well, she still could be shot behind it, but it's tough. Jamie Sinclair now lying 4. I mentioned this earlier, but for people who know Jamie Sinclair, she lives in Manotick, Ontario, outside of, when she's not in the Twin Cities. She lives there, but she was born in Alaska. Her home club here in the United States is the Charlotte Curling Association in Charlotte, North Carolina.
So even if we're open, or not open, but no, I think
Yeah,
that's okay. We still gotta
as
make
Jamie
it good.
generally lives permanently in the Twin Cities during Olympic runs. I also know she has been renovating a chapel into a home in Manotick. So if you need any DIY tips, I guess Jamie is a good resource for that.
I know the team has put together some YouTube videos in their training run here for what they're hoping is going to be an Olympic berth. Teams living together, 3/4 of them are living together.
Really good ad.
I think they committed to every Sunday a new video, so we'll have to see if that plays out for the year. That's a lot of commitment on it.
It's got a curl.
This new world of social media, it's constant creation. Got to be always building something. This looks like a great shot, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Thank you.
I think Jamie will take on this angle run.
I'm thinking firm is the easiest way.
I think Laney would have liked that maybe another foot or 2 deeper.
Sounds like Jamie's going to throw this with firm. Not quite, little less than peel is her firm weight, so still pretty solid, but wants to make sure her slide is well controlled. So she can hit it nose and make it, but as long as she stays a little bit on the high side, she's going to make the shot. That would be the right side of the rock as we're looking at it.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Usually the yep, whoa means it's close.
Whoa.
I think they can't hurt it there. And there you go.
So Sinclair now sitting 3, last shot
11-5
for Strauss.
Last shot for Strauss. She'll try to score 1. At least give her a chance heading into this 10th and possibly final end. Stealing 2 against Team Sinclair, probably a tall order, but certainly not out of the question.
11-5.
Needs this first.
Close. Yep. Yes!
Yeah, Delaney Strauss, as she slides out, seems to glance up and down. I used to do that a little bit. Wayne Middaugh, 2-time, 3-time world champion, famous for that. So that looks like 1 for Delaney Strauss.
So she's going to take a 2-point deficit into the 10th end. Sinclair has the hammer and the lead when we come back right after this.
USA Curling is committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion in sport. Our new Icebreakers program, created and led by Deborah Martin and Dean Gemmel, will promote strategic outreach by clubs to Black, Indigenous, and populations of color that have been underrepresented in curling. By introducing our amazing sport to new groups, we can create lasting connections that will benefit our clubs and the communities around. You can find more information about Icebreakers in the Diversity and Inclusion section at usacurling.org. Icebreakers. Share the sport, elevate the game.
And we're back here, 10th end. Our alternate game, Sinclair versus Strauss. Our feature matchup ended a bit early, with McMakin taking a 10-4 victory over Kim Rhyme. So Strauss going to have to put up a couple guards here, try to give herself a chance to hide a few.
We're real tight.
I think we'll see Jamie Sinclair play the tick on Elizabeth Cousins' first shot, the shot that Jason Smith and I were talking about banning.
Well, it's a little bit easier on these sheets than you might see at a local curling club. These sheets are full, WCF regulation.
Yeah, there's the reason the WCF not that long ago went to a wider sheet was at the time they were hoping that the corner guard people would come around on the wide side, come around a corner guard on the wide side. That really hasn't happened too much, though.
Yes. Yes. Becky. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
This looks pretty close.
Whoa. Whoa. Roll it.
Well, Dean, you have connections. Can we change that
go,
back?
Go, 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 go. Hard all the way over. Go, 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 go.
I think now that we've built some facilities with it.
Few more, Becca.
Probably not, Joe. But I do think a zone that you couldn't move a rock out of would be a good thing. I also think it should be difficult the other way too. You have to make sure you touch the center line, which won't be particularly difficult.
So you like to see two of my ideas.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Joe, I'm not saying all your ideas are bad at all. No, I definitely like
no practice.
No practice. I think that's one way to solve the ice breaking down, and
good throw, real nice.
I think being here again this week, not as a player but as a viewer, it seems like a lot. It seems like a lot of time out there for practice.
I would suspect that players, they got to feel it's a lot too. And I know we always talk about reducing the game from 10 ends to 8 ends.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a 10-end guy. I like that there's a difference between your regular game and a championship game, but I understand the thought process behind it.
Yeah, so do I, and I sort of agree with you. There's a part of me that loves actually two formats, and it would be interesting to see if some teams are better at 8 and some teams are better at 10. I like variations in the sport. Elizabeth Cousins is elected to play this come around. They like to choke off this corner guard. They need this to be in, though. Pretty good result.
I have one more idea for you then, Dean. If you
Lay it on me there,
like
Joe Calabrese.
I like the slams, but I also like the idea that they play around with the rules. I wish what they would do is keep a little bit of consistency about rules per different event. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing one event that has a 4-rock rule. Maybe one that has a 3-rock rule even. Let's get old school, Dean.
Mine's pretty good. It's got a curl.
Just some ideas to, like,
should be
in
fine.
Grand Slam
It's got a curl
tennis,
a lot.
they have different surfaces, and it makes for different, favorites and eventual champions. I'd kind of like to see that.
Whenever you can push, Becca.
But you have to have a different skill set necessarily in
Get it
different
across
events.
the center.
Yeah,
Hard across the center.
I'd agree with you on that too, Joe. They have tried some things, like one was specifically match
I like
play.
that a lot.
One of the things that happens, it's good. The Sportsnet Grand Slam Series is more than 4 events now. It initially started off as a 4-event series, but the slams have been more willing to try out new formats. But you're right. I'd like to have. I think it would be good for that series if each one had some of its own identity. And you talk about surfaces. I think our ice techs are good enough now that we could probably create slightly different surfaces for each too. Maybe there is an event where the rocks are everything's a little straighter than another.
Yeah.
I'd like to see tons of tap backs.
Another one where it's you get all the swing in the world. So certainly
Third idea. There you go.
I like that idea too. You could also have one with less lively rocks.
I like that idea.
There are still some old. You could use the old MCA set, which is not as lively.
Can we? I've played in some clubs where there's two different sizes of rocks on the same sheet. Can we do that?
No.
Oh.
I'm drawing the line there, Joe, because I think whatever format you settle on, you want the gameplay to be consistent. So as soon as gameplay isn't consistent, it introduces more of the element of luck to it.
I like the fact that you can pull out the narrow stone to get through a port once in a while.
All right, Joe, you're getting ahead of yourself here. I'm going to have to cut it off.
I think you played this way.
All right, here we go.
3/4.
Jamie Sinclair will go to work on these guards now. She will ask her second, Cora Farrell. Like to hit this thin and maybe get some action on the ones on the right.
Oh.
But I don't think she'll be too aggressive in trying to hit it thin. Cora throws up weight easily. Nice to see.
You know, when Jamie had all that success.
There you go. Great shot there.
3-time U.S. champion.
Did that bounce?
She was super great at defending leads. And Cora Farrell seems like a really good natural second in that situation.
Yeah, I'm impressed with how easily she throws up weight. Lots of people can throw up weight. It's always the ones you're looking for, the ones who seem to throw with where their delivery doesn't change much between up weight and a straight draw shot. It looks the same coming out. She certainly has that.
Let me inside.
Here's the valet.
There you go.
The valet when the skip comes out from the rings and takes the inside position. Drop off the more tired brusher. So Jamie Sinclair in control here now, especially after that shot by Cora Farrell. She's looking for a couple of peels from her third, Monica Walker.
Oh. Oh.
Needs to come up a little bit, but I think this should be good.
Good.
Yep. Thanks.
Nicely played.
This is
one more?
Nice ice to peel on. You can almost put the broom where you want to hit it and manage it down to that.
We need a guard. I think we need. Yeah.
So the challenge is they need both a guard
Feel
and
less?
2 points.
Yeah. It's hard to do.
And they have 3 rocks left.
All right.
So they've decided to play another guard.
We're really full on it.
So at this point, what it would mean to score 2 is they would need essentially a missed peel, bury, and another missed peel.
Well, there you go. This guard is looking awful like a draw to the 12-foot.
Yeah. I don't.
So this is how you make it. This is sort of a guard.
Yeah.
You gotta hope that Monica nuts
I think
it
you just
right
peel
on
it
the
out.
right on the nose.
Okay.
And you can hear Jamie saying, "We just peel it out." You can try this at home. You might want to try this in your club play, and you might bait another player into nosing this, and then you do have a guard. But Jamie Sinclair is not going to do that.
Yep.
She wants to peel it out with Monica Walker's second stone.
Okay. 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 Yep.
Could have played that a little
That's
more
good one.
aggressively,
Yeah, I
but
kinda like that.
gets it
Yeah.
out to the 12-foot.
Yeah, they could have just made sure they swept
guess.
it to remove it
High first?
completely.
I think high first. Sure.
So if Delaney Strauss makes this come around the corner guard
Too much, you
successfully, I think you will see Jamie Sinclair peel the guard that
it's okay.
she's behind, and then she
Should be
will
good
have
there.
an open hit and merely needing to remove one yellow stone from the rings for the win.
We're thinking the high one first, and then we'll come around that one on the second. But the deep one first is fine also.
They'd like to keep this higher in the rings.
Good ad.
This is the part of the 8 a.m. game.
Curling.
As a front end player is never much fun. You're down, slim chance of victory.
Line's fine.
And you have to brush a couple more.
It's got to curl a lot.
Pretty nice looking stone.
Yeah, gonna at least half berry, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's forcing Jamie to probably make this peel.
I just play the peel, right? I could play the run.
I think you just.
Yeah, she might get the run
How
too.
much do you have of it?
We haven't thrown much inside out.
Yeah, I think you can just serve firm. That's fine. Okay. Normal.
Well, I want to, like, if I hit the guard, I want to make it go. I think it's
Yeah.
easier if I just throw easy.
Yeah.
Inside out, maybe about there.
So the only danger, and it's a small danger. Well, there's two things. You could flash everything here. She won't want to do that. If she crashes on the guard, she doesn't want to crash thick enough
pick it
to
out.
jam it onto
Guard's
her
the tolerance.
other red in the rings
throw it
there,
easy.
and then possibly face 3 in her last, which would
Yep.
possibly force her to hit and at least be second shot. But I think she believes she can pick this, the clean throw, and finish the game.
So what could be Jamie Sinclair's final stone here in the 10th?
And could be the final stone of the game.
Yep. Hard.
I don't think she's going to go by everything. Looks pretty good.
Yep.
Just get it by that
Nice.
guard.
Oh, just snuck by.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Good game.
Well,
So that's going to do it. Jamie Sinclair picks up a victory here over Delaney Strauss and is going to improve her undefeated record to 4-0. That's going to do it for us, Dean, for this 8 o'clock draw. We have 3 more today, noon, 4, and 8 p.m. Corbett Dunham at noon, Sinclair and Bear at 4 p.m., and the nightcap is Dropkin versus Ruinen. For all of us here, we'll see you at noon.